back in the saddle.
Back in the fucking... Yeah, Dustin's a pro at this now. What is this? Your
Third?
Third?
Wow.
Damn, Dustin's not fucking around anymore.
I'm pretty much part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Co-star?
Yeah, I think at this point.
100%.
Dustin's just like part of the scenery now.
Where's Dustin?
Wow, what choke part did you have to get?
He had to get a set in. Like, you know what headers are?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
for his Mustang?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he got those.
Down in Sac?
Mm-hmm. Well, he was supposed to meet us.
I would have just sold the car. I'd have been like, I'm not driving to Sac.
I don't want it.
Down and back in a day.
I told him, I was just like, is he going to meet us? Because, like, that's a long way to go just one way. So I was like, is he going to meet us? And I was like, Ukiah is pretty much, like, halfway. And honestly, it's closer to him than it is to us. So it's just like, let's just do that. And then he's, well, we can meet in Wheatland at the new Hard Rock Casino. And then he didn't meet us, so we got to go all the way to him. I was like, whatever.
I can't get over the facial hair. I'm gonna be honest.
No, that's how I feel about both of you right now.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Sabrina was just like, are you going to shave? And I was like, I don't know. Should I? And she's like, I would. But I don't know. I've never, like, even... This is, like, my longest attempt of even trying, so...
That's the longest I've ever seen it.
It's because, yeah.
Hands down.
How long's it been?
4 weeks.
No, a week and a half.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah, Phoebe's really working it in over there.
Hey.
No, when I saw one of the other podcasts with your little man, but I was like, he still hasn't gotten a haircut.
Wait, is that on purpose or?
Yeah, I just haven't wanted to go to the mall to get a haircut.
I don't blame you. The mall sucks.
Yeah.
Isn't it like appointment only?
Is it? That would be your question.
I don't go to the mall to get my haircut.
Oh yeah, you go to somewhere in Henderson Center, don't you? Yeah. I don't know.
A salon.
Oh, the one by Ace?
I don't. It's kind of by Ace, kind of.
No.
Wow. Have you've been getting your haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah. Phoebe over here has been getting her haircut too. That's pretty
Obviously.
short. Yeah. Damn.
Where's the Kool-Aid in your hair?
Kool-Aid?
Your hair was red?
So after my first term at OIT, I freaked out because I had to take a coding class and I'm not very good at it.
Oh shit.
And I kind of freaked out and decided to dye my hair pink again. Not all pink, but the underneath part.
Okay.
It's finally grown out to where you can't see it anymore.
I was gonna say I didn't even notice.
It's been like a few years now. Like she's always had like some sort of color in her hair. Usually the underneath, but like some sort of color.
Yeah, no, it's gone. I didn't want it anymore. I was like, I'm done.
That's Nick's turn.
Damn. I might dye it
Yes.
blonde. I've been thinking about it. Just like seal off the man bun and go full circle.
Just like dye the underneath blonde and the top, keep it the same color.
Keep it
good.
brown.
Yeah,
I could do that.
that's a look
I could do that.
sometimes.
You could just go back to your normal haircut from your old haircut from like freshman year and just get your tips frosted.
Yes.
Just get frosted tips.
Oh, God.
Grade A douchebag.
We might be there. If COVID goes on much longer, I might just have to, just for the shit. Just for the fuck of it.
Shits and giggles.
How do you like OIT?
Oh, I love it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The school's actually really nice and it's small like CR.
Mhm.
So the class sizes are maybe 30 people max.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and that's only in classes that are full of like all the majors.
Okay.
So for my major, because it's math, there's maybe 12, maybe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like my highest class right now is 422, so 400. And there's 8.
Damn.
Yeah, and then my 300 level class I think is 9.
Damn.
Yeah, it's great though.
Damn. I had 400 kids in my coding class back in fall.
Oh,
And it was like if you showed up even 20 minutes early, it's like you're sitting on the floor in the back. I was like, this shit is ridiculous.
See, that's why I chose OIT is because it's so small.
That's the way to go.
Little different circumstances for us though, so that might be why.
Oh man, that's cool. I've heard it's a nice campus.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I lived on campus last year and I really enjoyed like all the snow and stuff. Don't miss it. Really happy to be in Humboldt right now, but
Yeah, no thanks.
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Damn, how's school going for you, Dustin?
Oh, the county's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really putting me to the books. I'm just busting my ass.
Yeah, they make you study pretty hard. It's like 8 hours a day, isn't it?
Oh yeah, same thing. And UPS does too.
Yeah.
UPS.
Oh yeah. How do you like UPS?
It's all right.
Hmm.
It's long because like I'll go to work from like 7 to 4, and then from McKinney to Eureka, so it's like a 20-minute drive with traffic, and then I get home, have like a half hour to feed my cat and eat, and then I gotta go to UPS at 5, and then I'm just done whenever I get done. So
Damn.
latest I worked there was like 9:30 though.
At UPS?
Yeah, and that was like during Christmas. That was like the week of Christmas. It was like 9:30. But
Damn.
hasn't really been
Hey,
that
thanks. Thanks for getting those packages out.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I just saw the mail lady going through right here just now.
Dude, it's
And it's
wild.
what, 7 o'clock?
Ever since Christmas, it's been
Nonstop.
gnarly. Well, like last week, like the storms were really bad, and so like I didn't go to work one day last week, and then the next day my boss was just like, "Hey, we're all not coming in because the roads are so bad. Like there's limbs and stuff everywhere. Like don't even worry about coming in." Okay, well, the next day we get back, there's everything. The last day was just so overwhelming that we had to do it all in one day, and then we had to get drug into Friday with the same thing, and then Monday's always heavy because you get all those shipments and all the orders from the weekend when people get paid. So it's just like it's crazy on Monday and Tuesday, but throughout the week it kind of calms down.
Mm-hmm.
But Christmas, it was definitely. I mean, I kind of always had like a respect for like the drivers and like everyone who did that because it is such a hard job. They are working so late and getting so many out packages and everything. I want to say like, typically, well, like, but ever since I started to work there, I really it really opened my eyes as to like what they actually do and how late they actually get back. Because some drivers don't get back till like 11. Because like if they have, you know, like they'll have like a few, like around Christmas, I think they have like 300 packages that you have to like take out and deliver a day. I think that's like pretty much double their usual, I think. But could be wrong. I'm not a driver, so I'm not 100%. But it's pretty crazy.
And so you have to hit that quota before you can go home.
They have a bunch of weird stuff that they got to do because there's like certain orders. Like if you're a driver, you got to do like certain orders, certain ways, and then you got to like you'll be in the middle of like Old Town, and then you got to leave to go to Costco and do all this other stuff, and then get back, and it's a wild. It kind of seems really stressful at first. I feel like once you're in there for a couple of weeks or about a month, you know, it kind of calms down. You get the hang of it. Just like anything else, just takes work and practice. But at first, it seems like a real hectic job.
Yeah. I heard at Amazon they time you when you go to the bathroom. You've got like X amount of time. You got to go quick.
That's ridiculous.
Otherwise, they're going to dock you.
I've heard that before,
Yeah,
too.
right?
I also heard some places, like, if you're in there too long, they go in there and, like, smell it.
Oh,
just
my God.
See. They're like, we just don't want you on your phone, so we just want to make sure that you're actually doing what you're doing.
I don't know. If they came in, I'd be like,
Yeah,
if they came in, I would literally just be like, you want to wipe for me since you're in here? Like, I mean, you're acting like my mom already.
I was playing Call of Duty last night, and it was like my last game on. And you know how after... Did you play Call of Duty? Okay. You know how like at the end of like Warzone, it throws everybody into a group chat, and so you can hear them if you're not in a party? You can hear like everybody in the game? Okay, well... Everybody's talking shit, right? It's the end of the game before everybody gets kicked. And then all of a sudden it's quiet and this kid's voice pops up. And he's like, fuck you guys. Wipe my ass and call me daddy. And I was like, what? And he must have been like 8. I mean, his voice was so high. And I was like, what does that even mean? What?
They don't know. They just say just to be funny.
No,
Or he's just genuinely upset. And that was the first thing that came to his mind.
But wipe my ass and call me daddy. Like, is
Why
that
would that
trash
be the
talk?
first
Is that
thing?
like, yeah, right? What?
like,
Maybe he heard his
Nothing
parents
else?
say it. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't need that picture.
that poor kid.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
That's how you get thick skin though. Is just going into group chats like that and just listening to what everybody's throwing out there.
I can't do it. I haven't. I
Salacious
think I've
shit.
only played Call of Duty like twice, like on Warzone since like November. It's been a minute since I played, and it's just like I've never been a fan of like talking with other people. Just I don't want to do it. Like I talk to other people at my other job, so it's like I don't want to talk to random people because for one thing, like I've done it, and it's just like sometimes it goes really good, but other times it's just like I don't like. We don't plan anything. You just run and do stuff. And it's just like, I don't want to play with someone and there's no like, I like to play a certain way. And then when you play with a random person, it's hard to get that. So when I play with you guys, it's like, we all kind of have the same mentality of how to do it and how to go about it. So it's nice and fun. But I said I've been playing a long time. Like I've been really falling out of it.
So you're telling me it's not just a pew pew anymore? Like there's strategy.
Oh yeah, I've been in Warzone.
Phoebe, where have you been, dude?
I bought a Switch this last term,
Okay.
and so I've been playing Animal Crossing and like Breath of the Wild, Link. That's what I play. So swords.
What is Animal Crossing? Because I've heard so many people talk about that.
So it's pretty much just you're a little guy who decided to go on a very, very long vacation, I guess. And when you get there, there's you, 2 other people, and then this guy named Tom Nook and his 2 little buddies. And so you're pretty much building up a town. So you start off in tents, and then you and the 2 other people, it's random, like, characters, not real people, by the way. You just build up your houses and stuff. And once you guys build up your houses, you start building the community so more people will come and live on your land. And then you have to like collect wood, collect iron, all this different type of stuff to like build other structures. And you're pretty much just trying to make the prettiest island you can.
Kind of sounds like a better version of Minecraft.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna be like, this
yeah.
is gonna sound lame, but is it like Minecraft?
No, it is.
Okay.
Except you can't build as fast.
Yeah, Dustin's not a fan of Minecraft.
Minecraft sucks. I don't understand how that ever
Animal
became a
Crossing is a lot more fun in my opinion, but it's also just relaxing.
Dustin
that's
doesn't
why.
have the patience for games where you like actually have to build your own
No, I
stuff.
do. It's just I don't understand playing a game where it's just like everything looks like it was like I don't like playing a video game in the 21st century where it looks like it was made in like the 80s. Like that's purpose.
Damn.
Like that's just
No,
really dumb. Like
That's probably when
nicer than
Minecraft
that.
was made, wasn't it? It's been around for so long.
I don't know.
I thought it was like I thought it was within like when we were in high school. I thought it came out.
No, it's been out. It's been out for a minute.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just know it
I
sucks.
want to know.
Phoebe's gonna check this out for us. This is what I need. I need to like get a little person in here to like Google stuff for me. I've been saying that for a while now.
Oh, I could do that. I mean, hear enough already. I could just actually
Exactly.
I could just have a job. I could have a like legit job. I'm gonna need to get paid though. Up front.
I can pay you in beer during the podcast.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay, we can work that out. Just be wasted the whole show.
It's only 2011. It's
That's
only
when it came out?
10 years
Yeah.
old.
See.
Oh, I'm full of
That's- that's
shit.
what I thought.
See, this is why
So,
we
like,
need a fact
it's-
checker.
I guess it's older in high school, like older than when we were in high school. But like I didn't think it had been like
Yeah, that'd be
that.
like what?
That would be like
Middle
what?
school?
Middle school, yeah, for us.
That's really not that long
Whoa.
ago.
It
10
feels like
years.
it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
We're getting old. Not you. Phoebe and I.
Sorry.
Your mustache is kind of helping you out, though.
I thought of that for some reason on the way over here. I was just like, you guys are gonna be 23 this year, right?
24.
Oh, fuck. We're going to be 24.
Yeah.
Rough. Yeah. So you guys are old as hell.
Yeah, but you think about this.
We're
Think
going to
about-
be 24?
Yeah, 24.
How old are you now?
God, I thought I was turning 23 for a second there.
Oh,
I've
no.
done
Oh,
that though.
fuck me
I've
up,
done that.
dude.
Someone asked me like how old you are, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like 21. I'm like, wait a second. No, I'm 22.
I tell people I'm 21 all the time just because I'm like, I can legally drink. So
Yeah.
obviously
What is
I'm
it?
21.
After 21, it starts to go
Exactly.
downhill. You're like, I'm 21.
You get to 25 and you can rent a car. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only good thing, right?
Yeah,
Mostly I
I think.
looked
Yeah.
it up because like I think you can rent a car when you're 25, but like or before you're 25, it's more expensive.
That's probably
Oh, so it does go
true.
downhill after 21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's that's the cap.
I think like your next peak is probably like 50. I feel like that's a pretty good milestone. And then like once you hit 50, I think after that it's like 100. And then
Why
it's just-
50?
50 is just kind of.
I'm thinking like 30,
Yeah, me
maybe
too.
30.
Oh, 30 don't
and then
really
it's
seem like a
like-
big deal to me. Not. To, I mean, for a lot of people it is, but for me it's just like.
I feel like 30 is just exciting. You're like, yeah, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Like people treat me as an adult, but then you're like, but I'm not really.
50,
I feel like
damn.
50 would be cool. Like like when my dad turned 50, like it was a big deal. Like it was like it wasn't like a huge deal to him, but like I think that was like a bigger birthday for him than like any past ones in a while. Like in a while, it was like. And then my mom turned 50. Like she didn't really care either. She's not really a big birthday person, but I mean,
See, that's how my mom was. Like when she turned 50, it was just like, I feel like it's going to be a bigger thing when my dad turns 50 because my parents are 9 years apart. So we're going to be like, whoa, how old are you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn. We're going to be 24.
Think about it though. At
We're gonna be
least we are on our
24.
siblings' age. I mean, not Zach, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically are Zach's age. That doesn't help. Yeah, my sister's gonna be 30.
My sister turned 30.
Did she really? How'd she handle that?
She's okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's matured enough for it. So
Okay.
that's all that matters.
I think my sister's a little worried for 30.
I think my sister turns 30 this year in August, and then my older brother, he's already in his 30s.
Damn.
But for him, I don't think he really cares. It was just like, whatever.
I feel like it's different for guys.
100%.
Age,
Yeah.
Like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like 30 for girls, it's like, whoa, like you're not young anymore. And then 30 for guys is like, whoa, you're 30? Like, what's up?
Dirty
I feel
30.
like, honestly, like for 30s is like, I feel like that's when guys, like of all people, like start to settle down and like
we
actually
finally
kind
start to
of
mature.
start to like wind down and like actually want to like, you know, obviously there's plenty of people out there that start like a family before 30, but I feel like a lot of dudes are just like want to live it up and do whatever they want to do in their 20s, and then when they hit like 30, it's just like, okay, time to start thinking about doing this and that, you know. But like chicks, like, some of them are just like, you know, they're thinking about like their wedding and like babies and all that shit when they're like teenagers, like looking forward to it, and it's just like.
Phoebe, can you fact check that?
Well, my cousin, actually, speaking of 30s for that, he told his parents that he wasn't going to have kids until he was 30, like at least 30. He's like, I want to do everything in my 20s. And then when I'm 30, I'll get married and I'll have kids.
That's fair.
See, that makes sense.
That's fair.
I would
Yeah.
buy that.
Yeah, that's fair. Because it's just like you want to do, because you don't, like when you have kids and stuff, like obviously it doesn't tie you down. You can still do things, but it is more difficult. It is harder. It's more expensive. So it's just like, you're not going to get your time back until like they're out of the house. And even like then, like that's what's nice about having kids early. Because I work with a dude, he had 2 kids, he already has 2 kids, and he just turned 21 this year. So like what's nice about that is like when his kids are graduated in college and they're out or whatever, he's young enough to go do whatever he wants and still be, you know, have his time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when you wait to have kids, like you have fun in your early years, but then like some people freak out of being 50 when their kids are graduating high school or whatever, you know. But it's just like you pretty much either, if you want your time, it's just you choose to either have it earlier or later. Like I know my mom when she was when she had my sister, like she was 21 when she had my sister. So it's hard to think that she had my sister when she was younger than me, really. Like I'm 22 now, so it's just like that's just weird to think about. Like I had this conversation with Jake because he was just like his mom had him and his brother by the time that she was like 22.
It works out for some people though.
Yeah,
having kids young like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy to me, though.
I don't feel like I could take care of a kid at my age.
I think about it and I'm like, I'm 23. This is a normal age to have a kid, but I could not have one right now.
I feel like I could. I just don't want to.
I don't think I could.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I definitely could not right now.
I feel like I could. It's just like I just generally don't want to. Like I don't want to have like my own time.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, like enjoy it. Like and now, like being able to go and do trips and stuff. Like not even if you don't do it, just having the option because it's gonna be like a lot easier. And so, like I said earlier, so like it's not like when you have kids, your life just stops. You still get to do things, and it's even like I'm sure a lot of things are even better with the experience of having it as like a kid to celebrate it with and everything.
Yeah,
like
Disneyland.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Like it's not like it's definitely I see it in my future, but like near future, I don't know.
When do you plan on having kids, Justin?
I don't know.
No, I was just fucking with you. 30.
Yeah, 30.
I feel like. Do you feel like going to college like delays you feeling like an
100%.
adult? Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, because I still, when I'm in Eureka, I still live at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm up there, obviously I'm paying rent. Like I'm still doing everything up there, but I get loans, so I don't have to work. I'm just going to school like I did in high school. I live at home right now. It's pretty much high school, but a freer schedule with a freer life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I go home to my parents.
I know.
So
I
it's
feel
like-
the same way. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like that's a pretty big trade-off. Like a lot of people are just like a lot of people who just go to work. They wonder what their life could have been if they like stayed in school a little bit longer. But then like there's plenty of people that are in school that envy just people working because like they're on their own. They don't, when they come home from school, they don't have to go to their parents. They do all this stuff or whatever. It's just like there's perks to both.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's definitely like when I think of people that you know still live with their parents, I was like that'd be nice not to pay rent. Like you know how much money I could save not paying rent? That'd be sick. But like I have a lot more freedom and stuff. So it's just like,
Well, the one crappy thing I have is I'm paying rent up there right now. Like I have.
oh, you're paying rent up there still?
The problem with COVID is that it's so uncertain on how my schedule is going to be next term that I don't want to be like, no, like I don't want to live here anymore. I just want to live in Eureka because I still have to go up there for classes. And I have, last term I had one in-person class 2 days a week I had to go to. This term I have one lab class starting the 15th every Monday until the end of the term that I have to go to for 3 hours. And then next term, I actually have, I think, 2 in-person classes, so that's okay. But it's like, I'm wasting so much money up there right now.
Yeah, you're just like paying rent for one class.
Yeah, I'm going to school for 3-4 hours a week. And I have to pay rent up there when I could easily live at home for free.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's Oregon though, so you know it's not super expensive,
but still,
it still sucks
for one class too.
Yeah,
like that just feels like a joke.
Exactly.
I wonder like how expensive like Oregon is compared to like California. California's outrageous anywhere you go, pretty much. You might be able to find like the needle in the haystack of somewhere where like it's really not that bad for what it is. Like the rent's pretty cheap for. It's not the nicest place ever, but like it's cheap and it works. Like you have a roof over your head, you know. But like other places, if you want like a pretty decent one, like a lot of places in Arcata are like at least probably $1,100, and like that's a lot for someone, you know, like you. It's just like if you like you have loans and stuff or financial aid stuff that helps. Like if you are a person doesn't qualify for that stuff or doesn't get that, and you have to get a second job or a part-time job, that's a lot to fork out for that because part-time you really probably won't make that much.
Well, I was working here until 2 weeks ago because I was like, well, if I'm home, might as well work. And I was only working part-time, but I had no time for school. Like, I'm still trying to catch up on my schoolwork. Like, I have a project due Wednesday. I have not started, which, you know, isn't good, but it's fine.
God, I feel that on such a deep level.
But I tried working and it's hard to work during school. Like I'm so used to not having to do it or only having like maybe 10 hours a week that actually working like full part-time, like 20 hours a week. That was hard. Like I couldn't imagine what people have to go through, like not go through, but what people like actually go through while working, while in school. Like
I have so much respect for those people because it is so, it's ridiculous.
Well, I did at CR, but for some reason, CR just seems so easy compared to OIT. Like, it's really not that much harder. It's just higher classes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's crazy to me.
The one year that I went to CR, I was still working at Bob's.
I forgot you went to CR.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I remember totally
uneducated. But when I was still working at Bob's, like, they knew I was going to school, and, like, they were totally, like, I had to cut, like, half days. And they were totally cool that you're just like, yeah, school comes before work. So it was like, you can find cool jobs like that, but it's also really hard. Yeah. It can be really hard to find a job like that. That's really easy going with that. Cause like a lot of, I remember when I worked at Zoomies, I called out one day and they're like, well, for future reference, like you need to like have someone cover your shift. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like it's your responsibility if you call out to have someone cover your shift. Like we're not going to contact someone to try and come in. I'm like, oh. Okay, well, that's noted. Awkward. Never called out again. Yeah. But, I mean, because that was just working for a corporation compared to, like, a small business was, like, the difference. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they were totally cool with me going to school and were just, like, letting me leave and everything at a certain time to go. And just only for, like, a couple of classes in the afternoon that I had. And they're just like, yeah, go take care of it. So.
See, I think my problem was that where I worked is so understaffed that everybody there is already like high schoolers are in college, so they're already limited scheduled like I was, and so they just fit everybody in as much as they could. So you had to work pretty much right when you got done with class.
Where'd you work?
Sammy's Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a good job. It's just the scheduling sucked because we were so understaffed. If you need a job, by the way.
So many places are hiring.
It's crazy.
There's just nobody wants working. To work. Yeah, why? Yeah. If I was collecting unemployment right now, I would just, why?
Yeah. Dude, they make bank. Oh, it's ridiculous. I'm over here like, I don't have to work and I can make bank right now. Like, why not?
But and the sad part is like, or the like I'm jealous because I don't blame them.
Mhm.
Like, if I was in their shoes, I definitely would do the same thing. But at the same time, like I would feel a little bit like a piece of shit because I'm just like I'm really not doing anything, and I'm making more than people who are paying for the money I'm getting.
Yeah, I feel
so like
bad.
I would feel bad, but like I guess you're getting more money than what your feelings are worth if you're not going out
That's
trying
true.
to find a job.
How much are your feelings worth?
Yeah, because I've heard of like auto shop in McKinney, but like when all the COVID started, like they laid them off obviously because they weren't sure what it was, just the start of it. So when they told them like, hey, we're gonna open, come back, and they're like, no, we're making more unemployment. So it's just like, okay, well, you offered your job back. Should you really be getting unemployment then?
You're actually supposed to put that down. If your job offers your job back, you have to go back. You're not supposed to be like, oh no.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. On unemployment, you have to show that you are constantly looking for a job, that you have at least a resume into some places and stuff. If your job is, if your job comes back, like opens up again, you're supposed to go back. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know the full thing because I had a job the whole time,
Mhm.
but at least from what I've heard from people who were on unemployment, that's like what they told me.
Yeah, but how many people are doing that?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, all you have to do is be like, I put a resume in here.
So I looked at Indeed.
Yeah, are they following
twice.
up with that? Like, oh, let me
Exactly.
go check.
Yeah.
Just like twice a week, I looked on Indeed. And I
Scrolled
found-
through Instagram and was like, oh, maybe I
Yeah.
could get a job here.
What's sad is like a lot of like local places are closing. Like I saw like Mazzotti's was like up for sale and they closed. Like I love Mazzotti's, they're hella good. And then like Angelo's is up for sale. They're not closed, but they're just like selling. And I'm like, they've been here forever. That sucks. I like Angelo's.
The Chalet closed too, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the one over downtown closed. The one in Cutton's still there, but the one downtown closed.
Yeah. It's gonna
Like,
be so bad.
Yeah.
Was it Cafe Nooner down there in Old Town?
Oh, are they
Next
closed?
to the oh yeah, they're closed.
The other one's open though, still on in Henderson.
Oh,
Is it?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I see them put the sign out like every day.
Gotcha.
That's so bad though.
We did get a KFC though.
Is that open?
I don't know.
My
I've been
dad drove
waiting.
by it.
I've been
It's
waiting.
not yet.
Oh.
That just looks like a headache waiting to happen. Like that.
Start selling drugs out of the back again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like it's like In-N-Out. They have a whole block where you can wrap yourself around.
Oh, it's gonna get backed up.
KFC's.
gonna be
I
so
feel like
bad.
there's just gonna be
bad.
so many accidents. Like, I swear, if they have to block off Broadway, like they did for In-N-Out, that was sad. In-N-Out's
rough.
not good. So like,
Oh,
In-
damn.
In-N-Out's
Oh,
not good.
Damn.
It's not good. So
like
it's just
Oh my
like for them to
God.
block off a part of the highway for a fast food chain. You got to be kidding me.
I won't
Like-
lie. I waited 45 minutes for it one time just because I
Damn
was like,
right.
why
Negative.
not?
Damn right.
The most I think I've waited that long in the Taco Bell line in Eureka before, only because I physically couldn't go anywhere. Like there's someone in
gonna say, I
front of
would've
me,
just backed out.
someone behind me, could not go anywhere. So it's just like I'm just stuck here. And at that point, I was just upset.
In-N-Out's so good though.
No, it's not.
Speaking of that area, though, you know how they have the two little stores in between Mods and Chipotle?
They're
That
empty. Yeah,
I think they should put Jamba Juice and
Yeah.
Cold Stone there.
they should.
Oh, I would be down for that.
I
think it's like 100%.
I never
want
thought
that.
of, I never
Yeah.
thought about Cold Stone. That's a good idea. I have thought about Jamba Juice though, because honestly, when
Jamba
you go out,
Juice would be good.
when you go to like a bigger area, it's like it's set up perfectly. Like whenever a Jamba Juice you see one, it's always in like a shopping center or like it's always a really small building that's in like it's pretty new, modern with other like places like that. So it just seemed like it would fit really well in there. But I don't know if Jamba Juice would do good here.
I feel like there's
I think
the
it would.
college students would hit it up.
Because like it
100%, yeah.
doesn't get warm here. So like a lot of people get ice drinks anyway.
I
but,
was
like,
gonna say I get Rebels all the time.
yeah,
when I'm
no, a
cold.
lot of people get ice drinks, but I mean it's just like it's not. I like Jamba Juice, but it was sometimes it's like $7 for a smoothie, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it over the weekend, and I think it was like $6.50 for one.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
I'm still
yeah.
gonna pay it,
yeah.
but
Well, that's why I think that's why that's what I do. Because I know if like Jamba Juice was here, I wouldn't go every day
Mhm.
and spend $6.50. If I would go
Okay.
to town, like whenever I see one, it's like yeah, I'll spend $6.50 and get a Jamba Juice because we don't have one. But if it was here, like I really don't think I'd go that much. I do like it though. I do like.
We need
Jamba
a
Juice.
B-dubs. That's what we need.
It's the same thing. Like I love Buffalo Wild Wings. I love Olive Garden. But like if we had one, I think Olive Garden would do better. I think if we had a Buffalo Wild Wings though, it wouldn't do that good here. Because they are expensive. Like, I've ordered $40 worth of food for myself.
We also have so many breweries around here that I don't think it would be very good because people are going to want to go to the brewery where you can get local beers and stuff too. I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
That would hurt the breweries.
They could actually probably get the breweries to go into.
Yeah, I'm sure they could get like. Some
I feel like it would
taps.
probably hurt the breweries more though.
That's what I. Yeah,
because I think more people would go for the sports and like MMA fights and stuff
because
at B-dubs.
B-dubs is like a really good atmosphere. Like, I love going in there. It's awesome. But I mean, the breweries.
I've never been there.
You've never been to Buffalo Wild Wings? Oh my god!
I'm not a big wings fan. That's why.
They have other food.
That's like but that's like 80%.
That's pretty much all it is.
I've tried other stuff. Like, I've tried like a burger from like someone else got it, and like they're good and everything. But it's just like I always get wings every time. Every time.
See, I feel like getting anything but wings at going there is like going to Taco Bell and going to Jack in the Box and getting the tacos instead of an actual burger.
Jack in the Box tacos are good.
I've done that.
2 for $1? Hell yeah.
I mean, they kind of suck. They're pretty trashy tacos.
I mean, 2 for $1.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, I had Del Taco for the first day.
I haven't had Del Taco.
It was good. They were cheap for sure. Their tacos were good, but they're definitely smaller than Taco Bell, so that's saying something. They weren't very big, but
they're kind of expensive, more so than Taco Bell.
My food was like, I think like $7.
Oh, okay, so not crazy.
What'd you get though?
I just got 3 tacos. Like, the drink was more expensive, I think, than the 3 tacos. I got like a medium drink, and like the medium drink was like huge. It wasn't like I thought I wasn't expecting one that big. I was like, whatever. But the tacos were good. I wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, but there wasn't anyone there.
Chick-fil-A is so good. Chick-fil-A is so good.
I've been there.
I love Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
One time.
I think Chick-fil-A is bomb.
That's the only place that I know of that closes
on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. And people still fuck with it. They're like, yeah, we'll go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I've waited in Chick-fil-A for I think 45 minutes before too. But that is one of the times like it was by choice. Like, I was like, I don't even care if I stay here for an hour. Like, I'm going to Chick-fil-A because we don't have it here. Like, Taco Bell's like, I don't want to sit there for 45 minutes because it's here all the time. It's whatever. But for Chick-fil-A, so every once in a while, I'll sit there for 45 minutes. It's fine.
I do that a lot for In-N-Out. I'll be real. 45 minutes is like, it's pretty light for In-N-Out.
Negative.
See, when I go to In-N-Out, it's at like 10 o'clock at night, so it only takes maybe 20 minutes, and I only get shakes. Their Neapolitan shakes are so good.
Well, I didn't even know they had Neapolitan.
I remember
try it.
The first time I ever went to In-N-Out, like I thought, and it still sounds true, like McDonald's was better. It was cheaper and it was better and it was faster. Like, McDonald's is better than In-N-Out. In-N-Out's not good. Like, their shakes are delicious. I have not had a shake since they've been here. Like, I haven't had an In-N-Out shake in years, but everything else is not good.
Their shakes and burgers are good. They're better than McDonald's. Their fries suck. I think
fries,
that's the deal breaker.
Legit love their fries.
Their fries suck.
Animal fries?
Animal style fries are terrible.
Oh my god.
Terrible.
If they're fresh, they're good. If they're not, they're super just floppy.
Yeah, you gotta eat them within like 5 minutes.
No.
It's a no-go.
I mean, if they make them right before you get them, because sometimes they just wait a little bit and they're just not good. Sorry.
It's a real shame that In-N-Out isn't good for me because I do like the aesthetic.
Good for me.
It's like
I
really like the building's frame and like the color profile. It's so nice. I think
you walk in there and it looks
nice.
like a diner from like the 50s. I like that aesthetic. I think it's cool.
Well, you're just gonna go hang out inside In-N-Out?
No, it's not worth it. But I mean, like, it's just I
got 30 minutes to kill.
I wish their food was better because I like the aesthetic, but I don't like their food. So like.
Yeah. What's that one diner and it's a chain?
Johnny Rockets?
Yeah, I feel like you'd like that.
Yeah, I've had it before. It's good.
Yeah. Just for the aesthetic. Yeah.
All like the checker pattern floor. Like, it's cool.
Johnny Rockets is cool. I don't know if In-N-Out's on the same level, but
no.
Johnny Rockets is like legit 50s.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Mm-hmm. In-N-Out, I think, just has like the 50s style clothes and like red and white, and that's it.
And the paper hats. Yeah.
I didn't know that like you couldn't have like tattoos and stuff to work there.
Oh yeah,
they're strict.
No visible piercings either.
Yeah, I don't even think you can have color in your hair, can you?
I think you can only have like earrings, like one earring in each ear, and I don't even think like you can't have any tattoos. That like even ones you can cover.
Which
I don't
is crazy
believe.
for up here.
If you can cover them, I mean, like I don't see a problem.
I've heard someone who got fired because she had a tattoo, even though you could cover it at work.
Yeah, I don't know. that just doesn't really seem like the company's business. If you can can hide it, like it shouldn't be a huge issue. Like I understand, if your job requires like short sleeve shirt or whatever, like shorts or something, and you are just covered head to toe in tattoos and can't cover them up, I get that. But I feel like more companies now do a really good job of like accompanying to people with tattoos. Like they're less, obviously if it's like something crazy inappropriate or something, then you got to cover it. But like if it's just, I don't even like like an average tattoo, whatever you want to call that, like it shouldn't be a big issue.
I feel like you have to if you want people to work there nowadays.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, when you had the Dot Wentworth lady on here, wasn't she talking about how hard it was for In-N-Out to hire people up here because of
they
all
had
that?
to bring in people from out of the area when they first opened because they couldn't get anybody to work there.
A lot of people up there.
Yeah,
like they have
like 5 people standing out like guiding cars into the line.
I heard that was just because they just needed people with experience because they knew how crazy it was going to be.
I've been told that, and I also been told it's like whenever In-N-Out opens, they bring others from other stores to help train them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like it is kind of like
that would make sense.
It is kind of like a training wheels thing. Like you're there for a little bit, and then like they leave. But then like when I heard say that, I was like, well, they might be there for a while then, because like it's gonna be hard to find someone at home that doesn't have tattoos, piercings, and is willing to work.
And it has to pass the drug test.
Exactly, yeah, and pass the drug test.
That's going to be the hardest part for people.
So it's just like, it's going to be hard. Like, that's going to be that's why I was like, well, wouldn't be surprised if In-N-Out left either.
But for $15, $15.50 an hour, is that what they're making that?
You can make more on unemployment and have all the tattoos and piercings
you want.
Yeah,
see, that's where it gets
That's what everyone wants to do.
Well, yeah, why work if you don't have to? It's going to be so crazy when they pull all that and people have to get jobs again. What is that going to look like?
Like
society's just gonna crumble.
That sucks.
Nobody wants to work. You know what I saw? I bought cigars, and you know what they were selling at the cigar shop? Whippets.
What?
I didn't know you could just walk into a cigar shop and buy whippets.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
it was
the one over by Round Table.
Really?
Just a case of like 50. You could just buy it at the counter, and I kept looking at it. I was like, that's not real,
Dude,
is it?
I hate those. Those. I've known people who have done it, and like, obviously not good for you, but like, they don't.
No.
Oh, way to throw that in there, Dustin.
They don't.
Just a warning.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying them later.
Well, they just throw them on the
wanted
ground.
to.
Like they throw them on the ground.
Oh.
And it's just like
I thought you meant like health wise. Okay. Environmentally, yeah, they're not very good either.
Yeah, but it's just like they just throw them on the ground. It's just like we gotta clean them up or like.
Oh, you guys do for the county.
I have, yeah. It's not fun. I'm like worthless jackass people that have to do this because some asshole wants to just throw it on the ground after they're done. It's just like.
Oh, I thought you were like Nick over here. No.
No. Sorry. No, you know how they do the needle? They give people the needles and stuff.
The Hatcher.
Yeah, that the same organization. Whoa. Now has been asking people to volunteer to clean up all the needles that they decided to give away.
You need to have.
They're going through it.
You need to have,
I'll be real. They're going through it.
You need to have Firefox back on.
She was super cool.
You need to have
Lazara
her
was
back.
so nice. What I didn't know is that the county also has a needle exchange program. Did you know that?
It's kind of a joke too.
Yeah, well, damn. Yes, that's true. But I didn't know they had that too. But Hatcher was in the news a couple of months ago because somebody was selling heroin or coke or something like on the premises or inside the building. I don't want to put words in their mouths. I don't know what actually happened, but somebody was telling me that they got busted because people were selling whatever they were selling around him.
I watched the episode with Lazar and I was like, I really enjoyed it. It was really nice, but it changed my opinion on Hatcher a little bit because like I thought it was like stupid, but then like I actually understood what their purpose was. It wasn't to stop, it's just to prevent disease.
Yeah.
So like I get that, but I don't think you should be having people volunteer or work for you that 100% are currently on drugs. I'm like, that doesn't work ever.
Yeah,
like
that's where it gets a little
have you had a
sketch.
successful business where someone is high?
Oh no.
And it's just like how does that work? Like I don't understand. You
Yeah.
know full well that they're under the influence of something at work, and then you're just okay with that. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's also in charge of other drug paraphernalia, so it's just like I didn't agree with that at all. I was like, I get what you're doing, but that's not cool. That's stupid.
See, I didn't know that because I think the like needle program, that's great. Just please clean up after yourself. I'd rather that than you get diseases doing that. I didn't know they had people who were on it working for them.
Yeah, she said on
Yeah,
this
they
podcast,
don't
just
discriminate.
Like, they're like, we don't care if they're doing
no.
drugs in their spare time. We don't care if they're, on I don't know if she said under the influence. It's been a while since I watched it, but she's like, we don't care if the people who work for us are doing drugs because that's their choice. We don't get to tell them what they can or can't do with their body, which I get, but she's like, you employed them. You got to make sure they're not high at work.
Yes, see, that's the thing. If they're doing it outside of work, whatever, have fun. Good for you. Don't do it before work. Like, that's just...
I know a lot of people I work with at the county.
mix.
The county has a random drug test screening, and a lot of it is random, but sometimes it's upon, like, if you mess up, then they might tell you to come in for a drug test or whatever, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, since it's legal in California now, that I work with are really upset that the county hasn't changed their policy yet about you being able to smoke weed as long as you're not high at work. So I agree with that. Like, if you wanted to go home on Friday after a long week of work and get high, I don't see a reason not to.
You should be able to, right?
Yeah,
If it's legal in the state.
It's no different than having a beer. Getting drunk on Friday is no different. And it's just like, as long as you're not high at work, or it's like, it's not as your work half the day, go on your lunch, which is your time, but you can't go get high on your lunch and then come back and work high the rest of the night. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they haven't changed it, if I had to guess. But yeah, I think that if you wanted to smoke weed in your own time or get high in your spare time, that's your own business. But as soon as you start going out, like, involving yourself in public, it's not really your problem anymore. It's everyone else's.
I think, I don't remember what Lazara said, but I'm pretty sure you can't get high and go to work there. But she did definitely say that, yeah, like, you can use drugs recreationally and still have a job there.
Yeah.
Like that, they were cool with. But I don't think you could.
And I get it. You don't want to tell someone what they can or can't do in their spare time. But at the same time, like, you work with drug paraphernalia, you hand it out, you dispose of it. Like, don't have druggies around that shit. But at the same time, like, you're not
right.
But at the same time, your average person who's never been around drugs doesn't want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I get it. They're in, like, a hard place. Maybe the only ones that can get to work for them are people who either have had experience or are currently doing it. So I get it, but I just don't really agree with it.
And it's like with the dispensary, right? Like, should someone who smokes weed work at a dispensary?
That's fair. Because,
right?
like, they could have insiders just like, oh, like, this one got me, like, really mellowed out. This one got me hyped. Like, this is really good. This tasted really good. This is a better price. Like,
this is the best crack pipe.
Yeah.
If you really want to do heroin, maybe you should go not IV, and I think you can snort heroin, can you?
I don't know.
Like, crush it up.
I don't know my
Phoebe,
drugs.
you're
I'm sorry.
But I mean, it's hard, right? Because there's that fine line of not wanting to tell somebody what you can and can't do, but if they are, like, trying to recover, it's a little bit like having someone who's in AA work at a bar and be like, okay, like, you can handle
You're
this,
fine.
right? Yeah. Don't touch the inventory.
Dude, Oregon, 100% like legalized
Phoebe's
drugs.
gonna be the expert here in a few weeks.
I got you. I'll come back.
That is so
after
crazy.
Next term. Yeah.
That is so crazy.
So I'm kind of interested to see how it's gonna be for
Like, legalize all drugs?
I'm pretty.
What do you think you're gonna
positive
do first? You're gonna just dump in right into black
Everything.
tar or what?
100%.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get some bath salts or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Start eating somebody's face off. Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man.
It was funny. There was a guy that I know, and he's like 40. And he
This is gonna be a good story.
he was a big pothead in high school, and he said that
Wait, what?
Wait, yeah.
He had a big pie in high school?
he was a big pothead in high school.
Oh, I thought you said
Pothead.
big pie in high school.
No,
and I was like, where's this going?
No, he was a big pot in high school, and so he was gonna go into the military, and ended up not going in for what reason or another, and he used the government phone to order weed after he was done. Like, after they were done with him, after he found out he couldn't go, he was just like, and he did it, and then the person that was in charge of him was like, seriously? On a government phone, you're gonna order weed? And he's like, you're done with me. Like,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to the military, so What are you gonna do?
Bite me.
Like that was hilarious. He
Oh
told me
my
that. I'm like,
God.
oh, that was awesome. Like that's balls, but that's freaking funny.
Well, that's one way to not go to the military, I guess.
When you said bite me, I was like, lick my ass and call me daddy.
I feel like here's my idea how to solve all the world's problems. Everyone has to play Call of Duty in game chat like twice a week. Twice a week, because you're gonna hear some wild shit and you're just gonna have to accept it. And I think that would just make everybody calmer. I feel like we wouldn't get as upset if people said something that hurt your feelings. I feel like everything would just kind of mellow out, because it's never going to be worse than what you hear in game chat. It's just not.
Did Nick just solve world peace?
I think I did. I'm going to tackle world hunger next. That's going to be my next one.
Perfect.
Maybe I can work Call of Duty into that one too.
I've like talked to a few.
Dustin's going in right now. He's actually contemplating this.
Dude, all
right, let's hear it.
No, it's like a step further. Like I've talked to people who like want like a purge. They want like a legit purge, and I'm like,
no.
that's crazy.
Damn, that just took a turn.
Yeah,
100% thought that would happen with Donald Trump.
A lot of people did. A lot of people legitimately felt like he was taking us into a place like Germany in World War II.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would ever happen, but I can see their concerns. Like, obviously, it never happened, but from the beginning. I see their concerns. Personally, I feel bad about saying this, but I wasn't really concerned. But, I don't know your guys' political views, and I'm sorry, but I'm just happy he's out of office.
Wait, you don't like Trump?
I
was just kidding.
Okay, I was like, I prefer him not there.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan of him.
Yeah, people get a little touchy when you start bringing up Trump.
I remember when we were in high school, like bringing him up. I thought he was gonna bring, I thought like it was gonna be like hell, but then like once he was already in office, especially after a couple of years, I was like, hey, well, we don't really have to worry about like a war with another country. We just need to worry about another civil war. I feel like that's more of an issue. I think that's more of an issue than with other countries right now. Like, America hates itself. Like, people in America hate each other so much. It really
split things.
Oh,
100%.
Yeah. I feel like the divide, like, everyone likes to say that we are so divided. I feel like we really weren't up until his presidency. Because that really put people on a dime of, you're either in this camp or you're in the other camp.
Yeah, and that's kind of sad.
Which really sucks, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, there's a lot of people that are, like, in the middle and don't really want to take a side. But at the same time, it's just, like, I see your views. I see your views. I don't understand why you can't just agree to disagree and then move on. It's like you have to like conflict each other, and you have to like make these people come over here. You have to call these people are stupid because they believe this way. It's just like just agree, disagree, and go separate ways. Like I knew from the get-go, like whenever like whoever won the election, the other side is gonna say, "Oh, they cheated, they lied, they're missing votes, they're miscounting." And it's just like. Any side that lost would say that. And look at Trump's side. They're all saying that. They were. Like, I know some people still are, but, like, before it was even over, like, it was well in the bag. You know, the Biden had won, you know, pretty early. And, like, everyone was saying that, like, even after he had, like, won the election, there's people I know are just like, oh, it's not over until the 20th. It's not over until he, you know.
People are still saying that.
And I'm just like... but that would have happened either way. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think if Biden lost and Trump stayed in there, like there would have been people who were like, oh look, they cheated and like all this. So I was expecting that regardless.
I think it would have been worse had Biden lost. I think people would have legitimately lost it.
People would start driving their Priuses into.
And then ran out of gas and just started screaming. No, but I mean
Teslas now.
It's just crazy, right? It's just like. Listening to what's happening, like you feel like we're just like in some science fiction novel of dystopian USA.
It's weird, like being in different parts of the county that I've been in. It's like I didn't realize how diverse Humboldt was, really, until I started like opening my eyes a little bit. And it's just like, you know, Arcata and Trinidad, pretty similar. You know, have like they tend to be mostly. Democrats up there. Like you see a lot of specific vehicles and stuff. That's stereotyping, but you see like on those cars, you see like Biden Harris stickers. You still see Bernie stickers on cars up there, dude, all the time. Like it's crazy. But you go to like places like Fortuna or Garberville, like they don't.
You're not gonna see a Bernie sticker down in Ferndale.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh no.
one or two. Honestly, like I remember going to Ferndale before Christmas, and I saw like a lot of like Joe Biden's like stuff. Actually, I was actually very surprised about how many I saw in Ferndale for Joe Biden. I was very surprised. But I think probably the majority of people in Ferndale, if I'm just gonna assume, are Republican. But yeah, like Arcata and Trinidad definitely pretty much 100% Democrat if you live there.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then I feel like McKinneyville is pretty like Republican. There's like some Democrats that live there for sure, but like for the most part, I think it's probably like Republican.
That's fair.
Yeah, Eureka's just a mix.
Yeah, Eureka's
Yeah,
just
we've got a little bit of
everywhere.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because you got like a third of the population that think Biden, a third of it that think Trump, and then the other third is just tweakers and meth heads, so they don't really care.
The best
That's
third.
true.
The third that's going to Oregon.
They just want to go to Hatcher. And get
Hey.
The problem is both sides just suck.
Oh,
Like, they really
100%.
legitimately just suck. And you're going to get branded for whatever. If you're on the left, you're dumb. You're a tree hugger. And if you're on the right, you're racist. Like, it's not a win-win situation.
And there's
anywhere.
plenty of people that I know that, like, when Biden was elected, they're like, okay, well, there goes the economy, there goes gas prices, there goes oil, like, it's all gone, like, and I can see, like, I get it, I see it, like, I don't want gas to go up either, but I get why they do it, but I don't want to pay, $5 a gallon again.
Organ bound. Hey. My favorite thing about both sides though is working at Sammy's, people will come in and you can tell when somebody's one side or the other. So I'll just strike up a conversation with them and then be on their side. And then the next person that comes in, strike up one with them and then be on their side.
That's how you rack up tips. Dog.
It's
Damn
so
straight,
much
you gotta play
fun.
the field.
It's so much fun.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Honestly, I'm just ready for California to be open. That's where I'm at. I'm
Go
ready
to
for
Oregon.
I know. Well, even New York.
Really?
Like, the gyms are opening. Yeah, you can do comedy indoors in New York now. It's California's
Impressive.
just really bringing up the rear.
Well,
It's
way to go,
Newsom, man.
I said, way to go, Newsom. That guy
I think he's
sucks.
getting out, man.
I
I think they're going to take that guy out.
There was a thing by Newsom talking about, I don't know if he talked about reopening the school soon, but he talked about opening them. He's like, we can always find a situation where it's not perfect. Like, there'll never be a perfect situation to where we can open the schools up again. So we might just need to. Yeah. And I heard it's because he's getting really close to getting like pushed out.
They had like
Yeah.
1.2 million signatures or something last time I checked. I think they need 1.5. That guy sucks.
I don't live
could
here,
sign.
so.
I haven't signed yet.
He's like, I'm just watching.
I can sign it when I get home.
That guy
I haven't done it
sucks.
yet.
I tried to have one of the people that are organizing it here locally come on, but they were like, I don't know. I think it's branding. Like, I don't think they want to really be attached to it. They just want to get them out, which makes sense. I mean,
I feel like it's hard to be attached to anything here, or just in general. So,
especially with
don't
the
blame 'em.
backlash of
yeah.
everything today.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Good times, good times.
I don't know. Like the COVID thing, I'm definitely over. Like I've been over for a long time. Like I'll wear a mask as long as they tell me to. But the second they tell me I don't have to wear one, like I'm gonna take it off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully that kind of happens soon because like more people are starting to get vaccinated and stuff. But then you still have a bunch of people who are just refusing to get vaccinated. But then I feel like eventually it's gonna be like, okay, well if you want to fly, you gotta get vaccinated. You want to go to the Super Bowl, you want to go to the NFL game or whatever sporting event, you got to be vaccinated.
I hope they don't do that though.
I could see them doing it, and honestly,
no.
I thought they already started that.
and I don't blame them.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of COVID and professional sports, what team is it? I'm going to say the Knicks. I'm pretty sure that's wrong, but I'm going to say Knicks basketball have COVID smelling dogs. Dogs who can smell COVID. So that's how you can That's how they will let you like inside the game or not.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard all week.
Oh, I was gonna say that's cool.
No, that's the dumbest thing.
Oh,
I've heard.
I doubt that works 100%. But
Well,
I think
dogs
it's
can
so
smell
funny.
cancer in people. I might have just made that up. I'm like
I have
like
no idea.
60% positive they have dogs that can like legitimately smell like tumors and stuff in people.
Well,
Well,
dogs know when like someone's gonna have like a seizure.
Caesar salad at Olive Garden.
Yes. Well, dogs know when people are about to like have a panic attack and stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like 60. I'm right up there at 60% sure that that's a thing.
Well, I mean, if it's true, cool. If not, then that's just ridiculous. But
if it works, then you could just do that everywhere.
Yeah,
like train a bunch of these dogs and send them across the country.
Dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
yes.
Everybody has to have a COVID dog.
Yeah, you want to go to a
leave
baseball
your
game?
house. Yeah.
Have a
Oh,
baseball
no.
dog. God,
That'd be pretty
That'd be
badass.
so
That'd be
good,
I would
though.
back that.
crazy stupid
love
world.
it.
I would back that. COVID would be over.
As long as they can get each strain of COVID, you're fine.
That's the other problem is, I mean, these things, if they
It's
keep popping
mutating,
up,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
Then
yeah,
we're
like the
just going to
different
get like
strains or
15 different
whatever.
shots. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure though. Well, it's like the flu. That's how the flu is. Except this one's deadlier. But the flu always changes.
Yeah.
So that's probably COVID's the same way.
No, I haven't been vaccinated for my COVID shot yet, but like a lot of my family has.
Can you get vaccinated right now?
Yeah.
My mom just got vaccinated.
Well, I just know like people our age can't really, but you work for the county, so that would make sense.
Oh, yeah, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how like I would be able to do it. Like it was weird. Like my boss asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you want to get the shot?" I'm like, "Sure." He's like, "I don't really care, but yeah, sure." And my boss, my other coworker got vaccinated, and then like I wasn't told it was happening. So I don't know when I'm gonna get it, but they've already gotten their first round, and I'm still on the list or whatever. So like, I don't really care. Like I want to get mine before like August, just in case they do that whole like flight thing that I think would happen.
I feel
yeah.
like that'd be messed up to do though by August because so many of us can't get it because we're on the very bottom.
Well, yeah, and somebody else
Here?
I know, they're just like, why are road workers getting it when there's still plenty of like old people that need it, plenty of teachers. Like if you want the people to go back to school so bad, give them to all the teachers. That way they have no excuses to not go to school anymore. Like, and
They really should just be
and-
giving it to old people.
and I
Like,
get
those
that.
are really the only ones who are
Yeah,
getting
like-
tapped
like-
out.
old people, and like there's plenty of people out there.
I know. I instantly kind of regretted saying tapped out. Like that was not. That's probably not the way to say it. But what do you say? Those are the ones who are getting
Getting
taken
taken
out.
out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Of.
Oh no.
This is this is a podcast. You don't have to be PC here.
No, I get it though.
Getting
'Cause, like,
tapped out.
what
Hulk
really,
Hogan style.
like an old person or like a teacher should probably have it over a road worker. I get that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really. If they were just like, hey, we're gonna give your shot to somebody else, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't really affect me too much. Not yet, anyway.
Are they worried about it in Oregon? Are people pretty chill about it?
It depends on the area.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in Portland, Eugene, because I have friends there. They're like people are big wearing their masks and stuff. But going to school, I have to go through Medford, Grants Pass, and Cave Junction, and it's like 50-50 there. Like 50% wear masks, 50 don't. So it's kind of like, to me, being humble and then going there, I was like, whoa, like what are you doing? Just because I
That's-
was so used to everybody.
That's the way
Yeah.
Sacramento area is a lot. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Chico area too.
They are really 50-50 on it,
Yeah.
man. Like I've gone there a lot, like within the past year or so, and like earlier today, like I went down there and then like stopped at a gas station at Clear Lake, and then like the workers didn't have one on. There's three chicks back there behind the counter. Not one of them was wearing one. There was a couple customers, like me and Jake had ours on, and then. But there was a couple other customers that had them on, and other ones that didn't. So it's just like you can't really. I don't know. It's like how like people wonder why it hasn't stopped. Is because this stuff is happening. They're just like, It's,
Apparently, there's states that have not had a mask mandate this whole time.
Oh yeah, Florida. You don't have to wear a mask.
Florida's just Florida, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Florida's
you
out
kind
here
of just
just
gotta let it
carrying
do
the-
its
they're
thing.
wild.
Yeah.
Florida's
Yeah.
crazy.
Florida doesn't care.
They're out there.
But well, like the biggest. I don't know the facts on this, but I'm pretty sure the biggest events that like spread it are people having get-togethers at their house. Like, it's not restaurants, it's not gyms, it's not all these other things. It's people having like get-togethers at their house.
Well, it's like I've heard like there's been plenty of speculation out there that after this weekend there's going to be a huge spike.
Oh, 100%.
And it's just
which
like,
then what? We're gonna be locked down for that much longer.
Yeah,
like,
and it's just like
I'm leaving.
I'm trying to get out.
I don't know.
Go to Texas, man. They don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe not Texas.
You're right. Let's just go balls to the wall and go to Florida.
Yes.
No mouths.
Yeah, let's go live in the swamp. It sucks. I would not. I think I'd be down to go visit Florida, but as far as to live there, there's no way.
Dude,
Not
the
a chance in
alligator.
hell.
Yeah, the pythons.
So I was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nuts.
I don't know about that.
So my laptop charger, I got my laptop from Costco, and it just went to crap. Like, so I had to call the Costco line to be like, "Hey, it hasn't been 2 years yet. My laptop's crap. Can I get it repaired?" And I was on the phone for almost 2 hours, and this guy who I'm on the phone with was like, "Yeah, I live in Florida, blah blah blah," and he started telling me stories about gators and pythons and how one time a gator and a python went like head to head. I think it was a python. I don't think it was an anaconda, but it might have been. It was just a big snake.
It
They
probably
went-
was. I think pythons are like running pretty loose.
Pythons,
Are they
boas,
big, big, though?
anacondas.
Yeah, I think pythons,
Pythons can get
pretty
big.
long,
They can get
yeah.
big. They're not as big as an anaconda. They can get pretty big though.
Okay. Well, the python decided to eat the alligator whole,
Oh yeah.
and he told me that the alligator just went like
Death rolled in it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes,
That's
and then-
awesome.
alligator survived.
Oh my god,
Python did not.
That's cool.
dude! Alligators are like those things are dinosaurs.
Honestly, the only thing like
those things are dinosaurs.
the biggest thing about alligators for me is they hiss.
They hiss.
Oh, I didn't know
Alligators hiss.
I'm not surprised,
Dude, it's like I don't like it. Like it's like they look scary and everything, but like they're freakishly fast. Like you think you can get away
Oh,
from
they
them?
can get moving
Dude, they
on land.
move. I'm like,
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
when I found out, like how I forget how fast they run, but they can run fast. Like you'd be lucky to outrun a gator. First of all, and
I see. This is what we need.
And then second of all, gators hiss. And
I think it's like
that's-
15 miles per
that's-
hour. That's my guess.
I feel
15
like
or
I feel
25.
like it's somewhere in 15.
25
20.
would be. It's 20. Damn. Could you imagine that though? Just this 300-pound gator
Or
just.
more, yeah. Just no, and it's hissing at you as it's doing it.
Oh
No,
my
no.
god! I did not know they hissed.
Oh, they hiss, and it's like they just open their mouth, and it's just like I don't know, because like snakes hiss too, but like it's not like that.
Yeah,
There's-
snake hissing, like you learn that from a young age. You're like, snakes go.
yeah,
And then you just
don't learn
back
that about
away.
alligators.
yeah.
Nobody's
I
saying
would-
that.
They hiss, and I was like,
The only,
yeah.
the only thing I remember about alligators is like greater than, less than.
Oh yeah.
The alligator starts
Wow.
with
That's the math major
A.
coming out right there.
No, yeah, like Florida's just a big no because of like
Oh, it's scary.
It's like the
Australia.
Everglades, right? That's like
Yeah.
where everything's just.
well, it's just
blowing
because people will go out and buy like the reason there's so many pythons in Florida is because like people will go out and buy them in pet stores. And then they get too big to take care of. Like they don't know how to take care of it, and so they release it, and then like they're starting to breed in the wild. So they're just
We're gonna
getting
have to just cut Florida off.
crazy.
It's
and
and just-
crazy.
Australia.
Like
Yeah.
there's a show. I don't think it's on anymore. It was on Discovery Channel. I used to watch it when I lived at home. It was called Swamp People. Or no, not. It was
Oh, yeah.
Shoot 'em! Shoot
Swamp
'em!
Wars. It was called Swamp Wars. That's what it was.
Where they're hunting
Wars?
gators.
Swamp Wars. And it's just like it's they're in Florida and it's like a fire department team, but they're
Oh,
also
no, I'm
trained to
thinking something
handle.
different.
They're also trained to handle like
They rest.
animal like animal control type deal, and
That's
they
cool.
deal with like snakes, like poisonous or whatever.
What
like,
do they do with them?
They were like taking like certain certain breeders that'll take care of them, or they'll like if it's like a snake that was it's always been there, or like a gator that just kind of got away from its swamp and just kind of wandered into like, your driveway, they'll just take it back to the swamp, but there's plenty of snakes they find that aren't supposed to be there, and they have to go get rid of them some way. Like they don't kill
Feed
them.
them to the
Bye.
locals.
They don't really kill them, but like, you guys ever heard of a tegu?
Mm.
Tegu's like this crazy ass lizard that's like, I think they can probably get to like 7 feet long from like head to tail, but they're just gnarly. They look kind of like,
No, thank you.
honestly, I don't really know what you'd really compare it to, but they're nasty. They're crazy fast, and like Yeah, they're gnarly. Look, like they're a huge lizard.
When they said dinosaurs went extinct, they lied.
Yeah,
They fried
straight up.
We just don't have the big ones anymore.
No, and alligators are just chill enough where we kind of they're just there. Like nobody's out here trying to take them out.
They're chill enough.
They're just chill enough. Well, imagine if they were just jacking kids
See,
like 3 days a week. And it's just in the local news. Oh,
no.
they got another one. Like people would be out there just wiping them out.
Yeah,
But they're just there.
I'd like to try alligator. I know some people like kill them to eat them, and like I'd be down to try.
There's
alligator.
a season for it down in the south. They go hunt
like
them.
Louisiana and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I would definitely try an alligator. That'd be awesome.
My dad tried it before. He said it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Just like everything tastes like chicken.
I would try it though. Like that sounds pretty. I would.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Would you try python?
I'd eat a snake.
Fire roasted.
What's crazy is that like you see people like children in like India and like stuff like that, like they'll pull like snakes out of the ground to catch them and like eat them. I'm like,
Oh no.
that's crazy. Like they're like the snake that could just like but they're like born into it. They're used to them. Like they know they're not gonna like if they bite, they're not gonna kill them. It's just like you can't just let it like squeeze you because like these snakes could. Some of them could definitely kill a small child for sure, but like these kids don't care. Like it's crazy. Like as like you see kids in other countries like walk up to a snake and just grab it, and then you see full grown adults here who just are afraid of like a garter snake that's not going to do absolutely anything to you. It's crazy how like different we are compared to other places. It's nuts.
I'm not a snake guy.
I'm not really
like-
either. Like I've held a snake and I will, but I kind of have to work myself up to it. Like I don't like it striking at me. I don't like it. I've never even seen like a rattlesnake in person. But that seems like it'd be just terrifying. Because like Braden's told me horror stories of seeing rattlesnakes in the like out and like in their territory, and that's like nuts.
Phoebe, you got a story?
It just came to mind because rattlesnakes. I'm not a snake person. Never happened. Never will be. But I went to Yellowstone this summer, and there's these bugs that I didn't know existed that to like scare things away, they rattle like a rattlesnake. And so
Is it a beetle?
I think so.
Okay, I think I've heard of that.
I didn't see it. Braylon saw it and she goes, Phoebe, that's it. And I was like, okay, I believe you. And like walked away. Dude, scariest thing. Because all you hear is just like the rattle, and then you just look around and it sounds like it's right next to you, but you can't see a thing.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's scary. Well, Braden said like in Wyoming, like he was looking for his cat, and then there was like they were like in tall like dry grass that was like knee high or whatever, and it just like, he said there was 3 of them. You could barely see. There's 3 of them in front of him and his girlfriend, like when they're looking for their cat, and it's just like that's. I mean, they
How bad
rattled.
do you want the cat?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, like they rattled, and like he just kind of backed away, and like he was cool, but like he told me another story like at the river, and he was like kicking rocks over. He kicked a rock, and it was right under the rock. I'm like, that's within inches of you. Like that's with like definitely closer than a foot. If you're able to kick a rock and like, yeah, that's gonna be right there in front of you. And I'm just like, nah, not about that.
Well, even people that like have snakes, some of them get jacked. Like there was a story of one lady
Tapped out.
who's like slept with her snake, and like it started like it was getting bigger obviously as it grew, and then it like started sizing her up and tried to eat her.
Yeah,
one
it
night.
was starving. Like she was like it wasn't eating.
Oh, I don't know. Was
Well,
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the snake wouldn't eat, and she was like, "What's wrong with it?" And then like, yeah, it
Oh
was
yeah,
sizing her
yeah.
up to
It
eat
was.
her.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not. That's
What? That's not a pet?
There's no way in hell I would.
That's like yeah.
Don't
Yeah, if
do
you have a
that.
snake big enough to like eat you, like
Well, even imagine if you had like even if you had like a 5-foot one, right? And it couldn't eat you, but what if it just I don't know
My-
tries to
Just said,
strangle you
nope.
at night?
My-
Yeah.
my
and who's
older-
sleeping with their snakes?
Yeah, that's
Crazy
what?
people.
Yeah.
my older brother has a python. He's got 2 snakes now. He just got one like last month, but he has one, and he's had forever. And I
He sleeps
remember
with it.
no, like
Okay.
it's
Puts a little tutu on it.
no, it's like in a tank and everything with like its heater, and like I watched her bite him once. Like that was the only time I guess she's ever bit him. But like he was like showing us, which I know I'm by no means an expert, but like I know enough that when a snake is shedding, you don't mess with it. Or like after you,
Oh, I didn't
know
know
that.
that. I just don't mess with
yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's just
like when a snake is shedding, you don't mess with it. It's pissed, it's agitated, just don't mess with
Oh
it.
yeah,
But-
because that's probably like
or
not
like
very comfortable.
or like also like when like before and after you feed them, like if you feed like a snake like a pretty decent sized rat, you don't want to mess with it after it has eaten it because it will regurgitate it and it will go after you. They'll puke up their food if they see something else that's starting to attack them. If it's fresh enough.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so why would you want that as a pet?
Yeah, right.
But like my brother was holding it and showing her to us, and then like my girlfriend doesn't like snakes, and she was right there because he was like trying to get the snake up to her, and she was doing pretty good, and then like the snake, like she was shedding and just fucking latched onto his wrist and bit. You see the blood like going down.
Oh,
he's
she's
like
gonna have nightmares.
He's
from
just
that.
like, yeah, she bit me, and he's like, you guys should probably leave. And then like,
just monotone like that. Yeah, this
Yeah,
probably isn't the best time
yeah,
for this.
yeah, that's just, it was he was completely calm. He was just like, yeah, she just bit me. You guys should probably leave.
What kind of a snake was it?
It's a
Black diamond rattlesnake.
no, it's a boa, but I think it's a pretty common one. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody has it.
That.
Honestly, I think it's like a ball python. I think it's what she is.
Does he still have it after
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Why get rid of it?
It's
Yeah.
not like a dog.
Yeah.
But there's another dude that I watch sometimes on YouTube, and cause I really enjoy like watching other people handle snakes. But there's a guy I watch. I think he's in Florida, and he's like he handles snakes or whatever. And that's like what he does. But he has like he'll sit there and he'll be like, "Oh, look how beautiful this snake is," and it's like the deadliest rattlesnake he's got, the biggest
Steve
one,
Irwin.
or like
Yeah.
black mambas, or like like just and stuff like that. I'm like, that is nuts. Like you got to be a little bit out of your mind to deal with
Oh yeah.
animals like
yeah.
that. That's crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Or you gotta be on something.
On that show Swamp Wars I talked about earlier, they got a call of like some dude that got bit by a poison, or there's somebody got bit by a poisonous snake. Got a call on it. They went and they didn't know how to treat the bite because it was such a rare snake. It was like from somewhere else, but like there was a local person in the area that was qualified for anti-venom and stuff. They called the phone, and it was the dude's pocket started ringing. He was the anti-venom dude. He was the guy that got bit. He was his own expert.
Oh my god.
Like I was like, that sucks, dude.
Don't get me wrong. That's really cool to think about until you're in that situation.
Yeah, like there's no way I'd ever like I have a friend of mine
The venom guy.
that said that he has a buddy that like he has a pet rattlesnake. I'm like, that's stupid. Your buddy's stupid. Like there's no way. I understand like somewhat extently handling them. Like if they're like if you're trying to shoo it away or get it off your property because your kids are around or whatever, like somewhat handling them safely to try and get them to go away. But as far as like taking one in your house on purpose, you're stupid.
Yeah, why?
Like that's just ridiculous. And I don't know. Like the only like rattlesnakes I've seen in person, I remember like as a kid at the fair, they had like some baby ones in like a cage like this big. They had like 2 or 3 in there, and they were
Part of the petting zoo.
really cool to yeah. They were really cool to look at, but it's just like as a kid I was like, dude, if that, because it was tiny cage, and I was like, if that, and it was up high. Like I remember it being like eye level when I was probably like 6 or 7, but it's like it's enough. I feel like that's enough. Like if someone bumped it and it fell, it would break. And
Someone's
I'm like,
gonna Harry Potter it, and the glass is gonna
And, like,
disappear.
like you guys said that you didn't really know too much about snakes. Well, baby rattlesnakes, like they don't.
I feel like Dustin's like easing into the guy that has like 12 snakes.
Nah.
So actually, at my house, I have 2 rattlesnakes, 3 boas, a couple pythons.
Yeah.
Like
I
they
was gonna bring one today, but I wasn't sure if you guys would be cool with it.
Like a baby rattlesnake
time.
doesn't know how to control their venom, so like they're more
Oh,
dangerous.
I have heard that. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're more
That's with like
dangerous than,
baby
a full-grown-
everything, right? Like scorpions and stuff. too.
Probably.
Baby
I would assume
sharks.
so.
Just keep biting.
But yeah, I was just like, no, that's crazy. That's stupid.
That's just such a weird thing to get into, where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna just collect snakes.
Yeah, the guy watching YouTube, he's really cool and like he's really good at handling them. But I'm just like, even as being a cameraman, being in the same room as like a loose black mamba, I don't care who's handling it. No, thank you. Doesn't sound fun.
There was some girl. I don't know how she popped up on my newsfeed, but she had like, I don't know, like 30 different animals, and it was like snakes and scorpions and
I
lizards
think I know
and
what you're
stuff.
talking about.
But she was like doing heroin like every night, like living with her boyfriend, and something happened. She got like a ton of backlash when people found out she was doing drugs. They thought maybe she was like mistreating the animals or something too. So I think she got rid of most of them. But she had like a shit ton. Meanwhile, she's just like shooting up heroin all the time and like doing YouTube videos with her animals.
That's scary.
I haven't heard about that.
That's the secret.
I heard about a girl who had a bunch of those like deadly poisonous like spiders, snakes, stuff like that. Who ended up one of them got out because she like didn't put the lid on all the way, and she's no longer here.
She got tapped out.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if that was a real story or I read it
Oh,
somewhere.
I'm sure it's true. I'm sure it's
But-
some
She's got it
point.
at least one time.
I'm
Yeah.
sure at some point somewhere that's happened more than one occasion for sure. Which is sad, but it's just like
I don't like thinking about that.
It's just people get like sucked into things like that, right? It's like collecting dangerous animals or doing dangerous like
it's kind of like an
cliff
adrenaline
diving.
rush.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean sometimes because like a lot of times like their habitat will be like in a glass case, so like you can at least somewhat see it in its enclosure, you know. But sometimes like when he gets like a new one, or the guy watching YouTube, like when he gets like a new one, it'll be like in like a plastic tote or some kind of container you can't see. So it's like for me, it's like there's no way, and a lot of time it is like a poisonous snake. So for me, it's if I was in a situation like obviously he's trained, expert, whatever, but it's just like me, I wouldn't want to do that at all because for one, you can't see it. So if you open the lid, and he opens it slow, like it's not like it's a fast thing, jump back and see where it's at in there. It's like you open the lid slowly, casually, and it's just chilling there. It's rattling. It's like in the striking position, but he's just like, oh hey, and then like,
It's my little
no,
friend.
like, no, dude, like
What's up, buddy?
that's terrifying. Like there's no way I could just open a container with the snake. Knowing it's in there, but like where is it? What position is it
What
in?
if it's like right at the corner
Wait,
you
it's
open?
not a clear tote?
No, it's like you just don't know where it's at. It's in there, but you don't know like where it's gonna be
Yeah, that makes
in
it
it.
worse.
And it's just like obviously it got transported somehow. So like if it's in a truck, it's gonna rattle, or it's in a plane, it's gonna shake, you know, stuff like that. But it's just like it's gonna, for me, like I would assume it's gonna be really upset. It's like locked up. It can't do anything about it. It's just gonna be pissed off, and like it's just gonna strike at the first thing it sees because it's just been through this terrible experience, and then it's first thing it sees is you. You
Where
try
are
and
people
touch it.
getting these animals? That's what I want to know.
Well, like some of them are like licensed to like handle them and like take care of them and
Amazon.
stuff, and like you have to, like if you want like antitoxin.
Which one?
Or
Who
anti
knows?
Oh.
like if you want like antivenom,
Prime
those are the
2-day
people that
shipping.
handle that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, I don't know though. Man.
It's definitely not a job I would not want to do.
Oh
There's
no!
Oh,
way.
no.
No
No,
way.
but like that, even with like the tigers, right?
Yeah.
Like people are just buying, like what?
Tiger King.
Who is this person that's just selling all these exotic animals to these people?
Yeah. I mean, you think like logically you would hope there would be someone stupid enough to buy a tiger because like it's cool at first. But then I just feel like you play with it for a day, and then it's like you should realize like
just go in the cage with
It's like, yeah, I'm done with
also,
this.
you should realize like it's gonna get a lot bigger. You're gonna have to feed it. Like it's just like I don't understand the thought process
But
of
that's
someone
another
just
thing
bringing
that
home a
just
tiger.
wants to eat you. Is the thing
100%,
Like that's
yeah.
not a dog.
I would definitely go and play with a tiger before I'd go and play with like an anaconda for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I mean, if it's a baby,
Yeah,
if it's a baby tiger.
No, I'm talking like full grown tiger. Like if it's been, especially if it's like been raised like in captivity, like I'll go.
No,
I'm not going either.
I'm going to the tiger before I'm going to the fucking anaconda for sure. Maybe that's stupid. I
Well,
don't
there
know.
were those two guys a long time ago in like the 70s or something that raised that tiger from a cub, and it got older, and they were like chill with it, and then one day it just mauled them both, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'm
Sorry,
sure.
different story.
I'm sure that could happen though. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
that
think it was
doesn't
in, like, the
surprise me.
70s.
But like, I don't know. Like they're both wild animals. You can't expect what they're gonna do. You can assume, but you really don't know.
Yeah.
It's like some people having pet raccoons. Like it's cool, but it's just like it's
Dumb.
it. In the end, I think it is kind of dumb. Like I've definitely said I want a pet raccoon because like they're cool, but like it's
They're
still
cute.
I would do
still,
a pet fox.
It's still like a wild animal, you know. Like it's still like it has the tendency to do something to you, just a matter of when. I've heard raccoons and stuff like that mess up your place. Like, they mess up like your couch and shit. Like,
It's like having a pet monkey.
yeah.
Yeah, but a pet monkey will fuck you up.
I meant like one of the small ones.
Oh.
Like
Not like a
Oh, I thought you were talking
no,
like
a
Marcel.
chimpanzee.
Like,
Just
like Marcel
the
from
fucking
Friends.
ape.
Yeah.
The little monkey
Yeah,
from
yeah, one
Friends.
of those
Yeah,
guys. I was
that.
thinking that in the museum.
Yeah.
The little
Yeah.
little buddy.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
It's still not
Yeah, I don't think
fine,
anyone's gonna have
but-
like a silverback gorilla in there.
No, but there's some lady and she had
Who
one
did?
and she was like, oh man, this was a big story. She was like
I don't remember.
giving the monkey wine and like they thought maybe she was getting frisky with it
Rough.
in bed or like giving it like Xanax too to like keep it calm, and it was a chimp. And her friend came over and the friend got jacked. Like the chimp like ripped her face off, like was biting into her forearms and stuff. Like they're strong.
The
They're
chimp-
ridiculously strong.
Was on bath salts.
I mean, honestly, even with like dogs,
Oregon. It was an Oregon chimp.
honestly, that's even like with dogs. Like, did you hear about just a couple days ago?
Oh,
Like the
dude.
lady in Garberville, she's like a cleaning lady. She was going to clean like a house or something like that, and like two dogs like came after her, and then like they had to amputate like her foot or a part of her leg. For sure, her foot is gone because she got mauled by the dogs.
That's just
my
bad
God.
training.
Yeah, but it's just like it just
Yeah.
shows like a domestic animal like a dog can turn. Like
What
just,
kind of a dog?
I
2 pit bulls, which
Yeah, I'm
is
just
the
gonna
worst of
guess
it
pit bull.
because, well, I mean, it's not their fault. It's the training, but that's
Yeah.
why the story,
Yeah.
like the story sucks. That's not why the story sucks.
yeah,
But it's gonna blow up because it's pit
Because
bulls.
it's
Yeah,
pit bulls.
because
Yeah.
it's pit bulls. Yeah, like I feel bad for her, and I think there was another guy who tried to get the dogs off of her who got injured too. I feel bad for them. I just also feel bad for the breed because that's just another story to put on.
Yeah, because I mean, I've definitely known multiple pit bulls that are the absolute sweethearts.
Oh yeah,
They're
100%.
like there's the people that live behind me. They have a pit bull, and she's super nice, but she is crazy. Like, she's wild, like totally hyped up, nothing but pure muscle.
That's all.
But she
Always
They're
is.
so jacked.
They said the only reason that they kept her because she is so crazy. The only reason they kept her is because she is so good with their like 4-year-old son, and they've had her for a couple of years. So he was like 2, and she's been nothing but good to him. Like if anyone comes up to him, like she's right there. Like he can play with her, smack her, everything like a kid is gonna do to a dog. But she just sits there and takes it super chill with him. Like they said they wouldn't have kept her if it wasn't because of like her relationship with the kid, because she's so good with him.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure pit bulls were meant for
Protecting children.
Yes.
I've heard that too.
Yes. Okay.
Like I've heard they're bred for fighting, and I've heard they're for protection. But like I've heard they're like meant to have kids too, or no, they're protected to. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
true.
I don't know how
'cause, I
true
don't
it
know
is,
because there's so many
but-
like stories out there and everything.
Podcast facts.
So it's yeah. So you take that with what you want with it, but I mean, I've heard that too. And it shows like that pit bull is like she's crazy. Like I walk up to her, she's super nice. I don't think she'd ever hurt me, but like she doesn't act like that at all. Cause like she'll jump all over me and be super happy and nice, but like when she's around the kid, it's just like super chill.
What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they're animals. You know what I mean? All of them. You just never know, especially if you don't train like a dog well, you don't know what's going to happen. If it's malnourished
Oh yeah.
or you chain it up outside and just leave it out there. That's the saddest thing when you see those stories of like somebody having like 20 dogs and they're all kenneled up outside and they're like so
Yeah.
skinny.
Little babies.
I feel bad for not necessarily feel bad for like cats, but I've seen like houses that have like 20 cats. Like there's a house in Humboldt Hill.
Like a hoarding.
Cats are ruthless though.
There was a house I saw in Humboldt Hill.
Aren't they like territorial
yeah,
inside of a house?
yeah, they can be. They
Oh,
can
yeah.
like pee in everywhere and like whatever. It's just a big issue. But like
Crazy.
you don't want a bunch of cats because it's gross. I mean, you don't want a bunch of any animals because it's gross, but like cats can be pretty bad. But there was a house in Humboldt Hill. I remember like I've seen a few different times, and it's like she has this big cat tree like on her porch, and there was like over a dozen cats that were just around there, and I'm like, I bet she has some inside. I bet there's some that aren't there right now because they're off doing their own thing. Like that's just too much. That's too many.
It might just
animals
be
going on.
neighborhood cats though.
Maybe.
Because I was by Poletsky's the other day, and I just saw, within maybe a few minutes, I just saw 4 cats, like, just run around the neighborhood. Like, 2 of them were hanging out together, another one went under a house, the other one went by the hole to go under the house, and then was like, nah. So, it might just be neighborhood cats.
No, my cat hangs out with like they're like neighborhood cats too, and like where I work, we have like 3 or 4 cats that live like at the barn, and like we had, I guess like they had a big rat problem before I got there, and like they somehow they got cats there,
Right.
and they don't have a rat problem anymore.
Did you know stray cats like that are like can like severely impact the ecosystem in an area? Like they kill
so.
like hundreds of thousands of birds and like small animals just yearly.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't forget the spade and neuter.
Yeah. I remember, like, I'm still waiting for my cat to bring something home, because every cat I've ever had has brought something home, either whether it be a mouse, a bird, whatever. Like, they've definitely brought something home before, and like every time, usually, I've definitely heard stories of them bringing something that's alive, and they bring it to their owner, and then it runs around and it gets lost or whatever. That's never happened to me, but I definitely, like they just want, they just bring it like, hey, look what I got, look what I did. And then they want you to pet them, praise them, and then like they go off and eat it. It's whatever. But
But that like doesn't happen with dogs, right? I don't think I've ever seen a stray dog in Eureka without a collar.
yeah, not really. I
Yeah.
mean, and what just sucks is like there's so many like stray dogs. It's just like I feel like sometimes like homeless people get them, or sometimes they can't take care of them. But I've definitely had a childhood friend that like he got a dog. Like his mom told him like you can't have a dog. We brought home one anyway, and he had him for a while.
Solid move.
And then the mom got sick of it, and then she just dropped it off somewhere. Took it at night and put it in her car and just dropped it off. Like that's not cool. I was like, you could have taken it to a shelter or something like that. Like you didn't have to just drop it off. But, like there's plenty of people out there who do that too.
Yeah, that's messed up. Dropping any animal off like that.
Yeah, plus our shelters around here, I'm pretty sure are no kill, so it would have been fine.
Yeah, are they really?
I believe most of ours.
I know Sequoia is no kill.
I'm pretty sure most of them are.
I feel like Miranda's no kill too, but I don't know.
How does that work though? You just have to house them for.
Yeah, just house them until they get adopted or whatever.
You just only have a limited space, so if they don't have enough, they can't take the animal.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happens if they can't take it?
That's your problem.
They get dropped off on the side of the road, apparently.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Luckily, I'm pretty sure our places around here never full, but they probably get pretty close to capacity.
Yeah, no, but if you're down in like Sac or a bigger
100%,
city,
yeah.
it's gonna be full all the time.
I just think it's like funny that like some people will pay like
So
hundreds of
a stupid
thousands,
a stupid amount of money for a specific dog, but then you see a homeless person with it. I'm like, okay, well, like I've seen a homeless person with a husky.
Well, people they want like, oh, I want this
They want the
purebred.
puppy.
Yeah, or the puppy.
And it's just like, the one time I saw a homeless kid with a husky, I was like, huskies, like everyone likes huskies. If you want one, like everyone thinks they're really pretty. It's like
Huskies are expensive.
Like, yeah, and like that's what I thought. Like I just thought they were like super expensive dogs because they are so cool. Everyone wants one, But then this homeless dude just had one, so I was just like, "Where the hell did you get one, and why can't I get one? Like, how did you get one so easy?" And then someone who wants a dog has to go pay like a stupid amount of money for it.
Well, people like steal dogs. Like that's a big thing too.
Yeah,
as
I
if
feel
they
like that's
see
been
it
happening a lot.
here.
Yeah. I don't know. You just see stories on like Facebook of lost dogs, and you're like, and then you see the breed, and you're like, that dog's gone.
There's a husky. He's gotten out like 3 different times. It's like a block away from my house,
Buddy.
and he's an awesome dog. Like he listens and stuff. Like you come and he'll come or whatever. And he kind of like you walk him back to his house, and like he's super nice, super cool. But like he's just running down the middle of the road. I'm like, dude, there's no stop sign on this corner. I was like, if someone just comes barreling around the corner, which happens quite often, your dog's there, it's gonna get hit, and it's gonna be your fault because like your dog isn't where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be in his yard or inside or chained up or whatever. And he's just in the road.
How do you, like, I know huskies are super smart and stuff, but how do you still not figure out how to keep your dog in after it's gotten out a couple times? Like, you've got to change something.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast. When Haley Lamb came and did the podcast, and it was like back at my house, back when I had the setup there, she has a gorgeous German Shepherd, and his name is Caesar. She brought Caesar, and so we put him in the backyard at my house. We're doing the podcast. He was kind of scratching at the door every now and then, so like we could hear him. We finished the podcast. We go out to get Caesar. Caesar's not in the backyard. He must have climbed under the fence or like dug somehow under the fence and gotten out, and I'm losing my shit. Haley's so calm. She's like, oh, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Your dog's gone. And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. And so my parents,
over here freaking out.
yeah, I was losing my shit because I was like, oh my God, she just did the podcast. She was so nice to do that. And then I lose her dog. I was losing it. And so my parents had just gotten home. And so they go off in one direction. Haley goes off in another. I'm running up to Cutton School because I'm like, oh, maybe he'll go for the trash can up there. I don't know, or the park. And so I'm running over there. And luckily, the neighbor found him right when he got out and was like holding him and figured somebody would come looking for him. But, oh, dude, I was so afraid because all I'm thinking is here's this German Shepherd. Somebody's going to take him or somebody's going to hit him. Like by accident. He's going to run in the street.
There's been a couple of times, like, I think it's been a few months ago, but I was up in the hills somewhere for work. And there was like this dog just walking down the middle of the road. No collar, no one around. Like the dog seemed like it knew where it was, but like was walking the opposite direction of where houses were. So I'm like, what? And like we didn't want to leave it, you know? We're just like, because it was a beautiful dog, really like listened when you told it to sit, it sat, like super friendly, super nice. And I was like, I wanted to take it home. I was just like, it's got no collar, it's up here in the middle of nowhere. I was like, but like we kind of were just like, okay, well we hung out with it for a while. I was like, we need to do the work, so let's just do the work, and if you come back, then we'll take it to the shelter or whatever. When we came back and it was gone, but like as we were driving away, it was like running with us in the truck. Like it was like running next to the truck. I'm like, that's so sad. I was like,
that's a sign.
Take the puppy.
That's the thing is you don't know. Like, is that somebody's dog that's just chilling around here, or is that a stray dog?
Yeah, that was one of the gray areas. I was just like, because I know a lot of, it's pretty common. Like a lot of people like in the middle of nowhere, like up there, will like just have their dog around because they know the area. They're not worried about someone stealing their dog. They're not worried about it getting lost or whatever. Like, so it's just like, it knows, it just kind of wanders and then it eventually comes back to get fed or just to go home, whatever. So I get it, but it's just like that dog seemed really, like I said, it seemed like it knew where it was, but it was walking in the opposite direction of where houses would be. So I'm like, I feel like someone just dropped it off and then it was walking the direction they saw the car take off in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's sad.
Oh. There's actually there's a little hike by a river in Oregon in Klamath Falls. Woo, there we go. And I was walking it and there's just this little kitten like just in the middle of the trail. And I'm like we made eye contact and it ran away. And I was like where'd it come from? Because on one side is the river. And then there's like a hill that comes up to the trail. And then on the other side is another like small little river. And I get there's houses above the other one. And there's houses on the other side of the river. But I'm like,
how'd it get here?
How did you get here? Because it was the middle of the trail. So in both rivers pretty much go the whole trail. So I'm like, how did you get here? Like, where did you come from? And I didn't see like a bigger cat. It was just a kitten. And I was like, baby, come back. Like, I'm taking you with me.
You witnessed the live adaptation of Homeward Bound.
I love that movie. I forgot about that movie.
That's a good movie.
That's a great movie.
We were actually just playing Disney Seen It, and that movie came up, and we were like, I was like, what is the name of it? What is the name? What is the name? Yeah, it's such a good movie.
I'm going to be honest, for a second there, I thought you were talking about a kid being out there. Before I heard the kid. And I was like, why is there just a kid walking around? You know what I want to know? Have you guys seen those posts on like social media? And it's like, oh, this person, I was at the store and I got into my car and like two dudes approached my car and were like touching it and like trying to get in. And then
I'm pretty sure I know whose story you're talking about, by the way.
I've seen a ton of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I just saw one recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any recently, but like in the past 3 months, I've seen a ridiculous amount. And it's like, but they're not from people like I know. Like they just pop up on my news feed. And I'm like, I don't know who, like somebody shared it from somebody else or something. And it's like, how, like, are these all, is this like real problem happening? Or people just kind of like getting uncomfortable because something happened and posting about it? Or is this like a legit problem we're having here?
100% it's probably a problem. I would not be surprised at all because I've never had anything like that happen to me, but I would not be surprised, especially like with a small female going to her car.
Yeah.
But here, locally?
Here locally, I wouldn't be surprised either. Like, me and Ashley, one time, we're literally just walking around the plaza, and we had this car of 3, I only saw 3 guys, start catcalling us and, like, slow down next to us. And we were like, no, we don't want to get in the car with you, thanks. And I'm like, but, like, what in your right mind makes you think you should do that? So that's why I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I've seen stories. It's just like whether it was a joke and no one really knew it or what, but like a lot of people took it seriously. It was like they wrote like a certain symbol on the windshield, and it's like code for like how like one female or like one female, 2 kids, like what something like to that effect. And I like at the mall, like I've seen people do that like on the mall, like they have a car have like a dirty-ish window or a dirty car, and like in the dirt they write a symbol, and like,
oh, you've seen somebody do that?
I haven't seen anyone do it, but I've seen people post about it.
Oh,
at our mall.
I've seen those posts. See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is this
so? It's just like, but it's like, okay, well, is it a joke or is it actually real? And that's what, and that's really messed up. So it's just like, but you haven't heard of any cases of anyone going missing with kids, but at the same time, it's just like there's plenty of cases out that you don't hear about. There's plenty of people that go missing and you don't hear about it. And it's because like a lot of them are because of like abduction or something like, sex trafficking, stuff like that. So it wasn't like it wasn't too long ago. It was like earlier this year that I saw it, and it was like
2020 this year?
2020
or 2020? Okay.
2020. So last year. But
a month ago.
Within the last year I've seen it, and it's just like, well, it's definitely something to look at and be aware of for sure.
See, that's my thing is I haven't heard anybody actually go missing. But I've seen a ton of these posts of like, oh, this almost happened, and I think this is what it was.
It's a little different. But my girlfriend she works over in a rough part of Arcata, and there was a dude, she was in her car eating her lunch, and there's a dude that was a homeless guy under like he was like sleeping on some cardboard, got up in like the middle of the day, and like he just started peeing on the side of the building. And as soon as he got done peeing, like he saw her and walked up to her and was just asking her for a ride to go somewhere. And she was like, no. Like she told me that. I'm like, that was baffled. I was like, you need to have, because she talked about buying like pepper spray or something. You need like bear mace. Because you need something that's actually going to work. It's not just pepper spray. You need bear mace. Like,
yeah.
Something that's going to like definitely scare them or definitely get them away. Just slow them down so you can get away if something was to happen. So it's just like, it's a little different, but it's just, and he just walked away and went back onto his cardboard. But it's just like, that was the middle of the day, and he was like, that could have been someone just staging like that. Like, you don't really know. But either way, it was just a young female with some weird looking dude walking up to him, and at that point anything can happen. That was the middle of the day. So it's like, it doesn't really surprise me, it just really makes me sad, because like that's scary.
Yeah. And especially with homeless people, like how do you,
and it's just like me, I always have like a small pocket knife, which it couldn't do much, but it could do something. It's like a lot of females don't carry stuff like that.
That's why I have a lanyard. It's so then like I can grab the long end and just
start.
Use the other one.
Yeah, and like
and
like
pretty much.
And that's not much, but it's something.
It's something, yeah.
And so it's just like, but she has like a little keychain of just stuff. So like the best she could do is just like maybe like fist packet or hit him with a key or something. But it's like it's something, but
especially
it's just like
if it's a big guy.
And like my mom, she has like a little bit of like, she has a little container of like pepper spray on her keychain. But like you've definitely seen plenty of people, like it might slow them down, but like you've definitely seen plenty of people like work through pepper spray. That's why I said bear mace. So it was like something that's like definitely stronger, and it's gonna like actually hurt them and make them close their eyes so you can get away or something. Because you've definitely seen plenty of people like just walk through pepper spray. Like it affects them, but not enough to slow them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually used to have a little alarm on my keychain. It died, so it doesn't work anymore. Where you pull it though, and like you can hear it from
just
like
goes off.
Yeah, you can hear it all around, so it like kind of tells other people like, hey, something isn't right, because it doesn't sound like an alarm. Like a car alarm. It just sounds like a really like high pitched. Like,
and Honestly, like when you're near a car, like if like most cars will have, you know, an alarm button. It's like you could just push that, and like that may get them just to run away, but at the same time, like they come up behind you, make you drop your keys or whatever. Like it's a scary thought for sure.
Do you ever think about that? Getting kidnapped?
I've like if it would happen to me, because it's like yeah, it's just like you think you know what you're gonna do, but then it's just like you don't know what you're gonna do because you don't know what situation you're gonna be in if you can do anything. Because like if you end up handcuffed in a van that you can't see anything with, and there's like 2 or 3 other people, whether if you're male or female, it's like the odds are pretty stacked against you, and they could be taking you anywhere. You know, you just don't know. So like it's a very hard thing to try and imagine unless you've been through it. And I feel like if someone's been through that and is still like alive like and is like telling about it, like they're very lucky. Because that's a pretty big underlying worldwide issue that seems to be happening. That
Kidnappings?
It's kidnapping, sex
trafficking,
stuff like that is just nuts.
Sacramento's huge for sex trafficking.
And so it's just, I don't know. It just worries me just for my girlfriend and anyone else really. But it's just like, especially, you know, just anyone can be kidnapped, you know, but it's just like young females are definitely the prime bait. They're the ones that are like being watched. So it's just like.
The thing too, though, is it's going to be more of the teenagers because they're so oblivious to things.
Yeah.
And they're so easily like persuaded into things. That's the only reason like I don't worry very much anymore because I'm like, if I was a teenager, someone easily could have 100%. I was stupid.
Yeah, stranger danger is gone.
Yeah,
with kids today.
Yeah, and then like, but like when you were getting catcalled or whatever, it's just like, oh, like let's just go for a ride. Let me take you like for a shake or something. Like you're really cute. I just want to like, you know, there's plenty of girls who, you know, that would definitely do that, especially if you like flatter them and make them like feel even like the slightest bit comfortable. I feel like you could make that happen if you were, you know, especially if you were experienced at it. Like that would be like, you know, that'd be easy.
It's the Ted Bundy.
I was just thinking of Ted Bundy when you were like, oh, especially if you could like, hey, talk to him and bring him back.
Yeah, so it's like it's pretty sketchy to think about.
That's one good thing though, right? Is like serial killers don't really exist anymore.
It's
right, because when was the last big serial killer?
It's harder for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We watched,
DNA.
Yeah, we watched
and all the cameras everywhere
and social media.
Oh yeah.
On Netflix, there's a
Night Stalker.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's really good.
I have it queued up. I've only seen the first episode.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 episodes, but like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like it takes place in like the 80s, and it's just the only thing you could really get anything on was either the newspaper or like news. But like the news didn't have anything. They didn't have a picture. They didn't have
it's just radio talk.
Yeah, it was just kind of conspiracy stuff. I mean, like there was nothing really super concrete because the cops wanted to keep him down low because any leads they had on him they wanted to keep private. So they just didn't. There wasn't a lot of information on him. So it's like he was hitting hard. And I'm not going to say anything. You should watch it. It's good.
Who was the guy in that?
It's.
I only know him because of AHS. I don't know him because of Night Stalker.
What's AHS?
American Horror Story.
Oh.
In the hotel.
I think it's like.
They did a piece on that serial killer?
In the show, not spoilers, but kind of spoilers. In the show, the night before Halloween, the main like hotel. So you guys, let me just get this out real quick. You guys know the guy who built the hotel that had like secret trapdoors, doors that led to nowhere, doors that you would just fall into. He had like
You're not talking about the Winchester mansion.
Not Winchester, no. This guy was a like murderer. He would pretty much trap people who came into his hotel and end up killing them. Well, they based that hotel on him, on his hotel. And so they based the main character on him. And so he invites serial killers to come every year, the day before Halloween, and pretty much just have one fun little kill fest.
How considerate.
I forget his name. He was like some Hispanic dude, but like he was like in his 30s or something. But I mean, he wasn't like a big dude.
Well, that's the thing with like Ted Bundy, right? Is like they didn't even know what he looked like for the longest time. They only got him because his girlfriend was like, "Hey, I think this guy might be the guy I'm dating."
Richard Ramirez, by the way.
Richard Ramirez.
He's the Night Stalker. Yeah, Ted Bundy. I don't know his story very well, just that he was very good with everybody. Like, people in the jury thought he was innocent because he was just so
even
persuasive.
The judge liked him.
Yeah.
Also on Netflix, is like there's a couple things on Ted Bundy. There's like a documentary series, but there's like a movie where Zac Efron. That was a good movie.
That was a great movie.
But
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
it's good.
Man.
But like there's like the documentary series on it too. It's really good. But Night Stalker was pretty good, and it's just it definitely would be harder for sure. Like obviously, they still exist and they're out there, but it's definitely harder to do. But it's not impossible.
Oh, no.
I wonder if that's like a generational thing too, in like a weird way, right? Because it really like blew up in like the 70s and 80s is when there were a lot of them.
I think that's when they were finally able to
catch them.
Truly be like, get on somebody's case about it.
Oh, so it'd been going on probably for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Before that.
I was talking with my parents about the Night Stalker last night, and then my dad was like, "Well, look at the Zodiac Killer. Like he was never caught."
Yeah, but that was in the 70s, wasn't it? Wasn't that a 70s one?
I think that was earlier. I think because it was in. I'm just gonna look it up.
I'm not too sure, but it was like he was like, yeah, like he'd send just stuff to the press saying, or like the police saying, "I'm gonna do this" before it was actually done, and then like by the time they got there, there's nothing they could do.
Late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
somebody, you know how he had that last letter? Somebody just recently, a couple people just recently started to decipher the first part, and I think it's this one. The first part was like, so he sent the letter to the police before this big televised production of who they thought the Zodiac Killer was. And in the letter it said, "Haha, you thought it was that guy? Why would I be so naive?" And he sent that to the police before anybody knew, before they televised the person they thought was the Zodiac Killer. Yeah.
Damn.
So he knew, or he or she knew. Yeah.
And they never caught.
Mm-mm.
They never caught him.
Mm-mm. Probably dead by this point.
But still.
Actually, no. They could easily be in their 60s or 70s.
The Golden State Killer is still alive. They just got him a few years ago, didn't they?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that was a guy who was on the police force. And was going after a lot of people, and he wouldn't take a DNA test, and the only way they got him was because his brother or his cousin took a DNA test, like the ancestry thing or something.
Oh, it was so close.
Yeah, and then they tied it back to him.
Huh.
But he was a cop.
You know how crazy that is, though? Cops being able to do that, and then firefighters with fires. They just start fires themselves, because that was a thing. Somebody...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, some firefighter just decided to start fires for... I don't remember why, but yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. They know how to do it to make it look like it was an accident.
Yeah.
Make it look like it was something like electrical or whatever, but then it really be this. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fucked up, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy? Cops can have sex with prostitutes.
To prove they're prostitutes? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you gotta...
Right?
Yeah, because you gotta actually
Doesn't
prove...
that seem just like something that's not
that's
true at all? Outrageous?
That's something that's out there, but you have to because there has to be it doesn't have to be an exchange of money, and there has to be the service. That's how you have to prove they're a prostitute.
Isn't that wild?
I thought it was just the money.
Oh my... Isn't that insane? Doesn't that seem like something that is just made up?
It seems just really
do you
sleazy
really have
that cops would do.
Wouldn't you just have to get to
I don't think you have to, but cops can.
Oh, definitely.
And they do.
There's plenty of cops
do
that
then.
definitely do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely plenty of cops that's haha. Well, you.
Oh no.
How fucked is that though? That does not seem like that's okay.
Well, it's definitely not okay.
Yeah.
But it definitely happens because some people are just assholes, even if they are cops or whatever. It's just
Well, how does that work though? If you have a cop is disguised as the prostitute, they have to actually sleep with the person who pays
I
the
think
money?
they have had female cops do that too.
I
Damn, I
thought
was
they
gonna
only
s-
had to take payment.
No,
I was gonna say I didn't even think about that. I just thought of like guy cops having sex with female prostitutes, and
well,
then
they've
like
had like
arresting the
female
prostitute.
cops sleep with informants and stuff too to get
Yeah.
information.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
But it's like that is
That sucks.
That's asking a lot.
Yeah,
That's asking a
yeah.
lot.
How far? I mean,
Hey,
what are
this
we
guy's-
really asking?
This guy's
for in
pretty
the job?
dangerous and all that, but we're gonna need you to like get really close to him.
Have fun.
Yeah, he's got some information we need, and you just gotta.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That, yeah, that's probably where I draw the line. Of being like, I mean, it's easy. The whole cop thing is so weird because people hate cops and people love cops, and they're bad cops, but a lot of cops are good. Otherwise, shit would not
Yeah.
work the way it works.
Yeah.
But stuff like that is
No,
just,
there's definitely like it's a shame like there's always gonna be like shady stuff and corruptness at some point in different departments of anything, like whether it be, police, fire, whatever.
politics.
Yeah, it's just the way it is, which sucks, but I don't think that's gonna go away.
Mm-mm.
No, not unless they, make everybody play Call of Duty for a couple days.
1 hour every couple days.
God, that would solve so many problems. Everyone just.
That would probably cause some
I
problems.
don't
People
know.
would get so mad. You know how people get on that game? Like they get
They rage.
pissed. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh
I
man.
don't know.
We should just get like Ready Player One and just have that virtual world.
I think that's coming.
Dude, that'd be sick.
I think that's
like,
coming.
that'd suck, but it'd be cool at the same
I
time.
feel like The Simpsons predicted it because there's like an episode where like Bart and Lisa are like grown-ups and their kids are in the future, and so like I think it's Lisa's daughter, like she's like super in like the internet or whatever. They literally just have a fucking plug in the neck. She just plugs her computer in and she just fucking zones on the table, and then she's just in the internet. And I'm just like,
Wreck-It Ralph
Dude,
2.
it's coming. Neuralink. Have you seen that? Elon Musk thing? Where they drill like a quarter-sized hole into your skull and implant this little device, and it interfaces with, the internet, technology,
that's-
everything.
That's kind of cool.
kind of makes you
Everybody's going to get it.
like.
That's the problem.
Speaking of Elon Musk, when did you guys first hear of him?
Tesla.
Yeah.
When though? Like around what time?
I don't
Like
know.
year?
High school? Probably senior
Probably
year.
high school.
Probably junior, senior year of high school. It's like
Probably high school.
2015, 16.
Do you know what year he actually like started SpaceX and stuff?
No.
I don't know SpaceX, but I know Tesla. He didn't even start Tesla.
SpaceX, he started it's like huge aerospace engineering thing because he wants to go to space and stuff.
Yeah.
He started that in 2007.
Damn.
But you never really hear about him until like 9 or 10 years later. Me and my dad listened to this Mandela effect, like conspiracy theory thing, and he was the first part of it. And I was like, that's so true. Like, you've never really heard about this guy until like 10 years later. Like, why?
Damn.
Yeah, the only thing I really heard of space other than like NASA was like I remember like I think it was Bronson, the billionaire or whatever, like the guy who owns like Virgin Mobile. He wanted to take I think it was like $500,000. You could go up to like the like very first layer of like outer space and then like go up there for like a dinner or something like that kind of deal.
Of course. You got $1 billion, why not?
Yeah, but like he wanted to start that. I think that's like the only thing I remember like really hearing about that. That wasn't NASA really.
SpaceX, it took a minute for them to get up and moving though. Like they blew up a lot of rockets before they even launched the first one, right?
Oh, wow.
Probably. I mean, trial and error.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
they were I wanna say they were almost bankrupt.
I mean,
Like they were 1 or 2 rockets away from just going under, and then everything finally clicked with like the rocket boosters landing by themselves and everything.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me because it's not like NASA's out there just like, oh yeah, here's the blueprints on how to build a rocket. It's like figured out. It's
That'd be
like
so
luck.
nice. Here you go.
definitely trial and error. So
Well, supposedly NASA lost a lot of the information on how to get to the moon. Like a lot of the tech and
Allegedly.
allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
But that's what I can't remember.
that's BS.
Where I
I
was
call
listening to-
BS.
Well, I think it was Podcast Facts. Probably is where I heard it from.
Yes.
But like a lot of what they did, it wasn't like, stored on computers or anything. It was like people who wrote out whatever equations they needed and like did it all, and those people that worked on it didn't have any hard record on it. Yeah, Phoebe over here. Gonna go work at SpaceX.
I could see that, but like I also don't really see someone that's smart enough to come up with all that stuff just be totally irresponsible to not like make sure there's a for sure way.
I'm just gonna burn all these records.
Yeah, or like I'm just gonna put them in my attic and then not tell anyone about it, and then my family's gonna throw it away after I die.
Yeah, right.
Like I just don't see that happening. So it's just like I don't know. That doesn't really seem like, oh yeah, we been to the moon, but we forgot how.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Did we even go to the moon?
My dad doesn't think so.
What?
My dad doesn't think so. My dad's just like, no.
Is he a flat earther?
No.
There's a flat earther that works for the planning commission here locally.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, my dad
Gotta include everyone.
Yeah, I think you guys both know his child.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk off. I'm not gonna throw it out there on the podcast, but yeah. People are wild, man. Everybody's got their own opinions.
Yeah, which is good and bad.
The flat Earth one, though, that's
pretty. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Something I want to believe in one day. The Earth just ends and we'll just go over it.
Yeah. It's just finding that point where you just walk off the cliff.
Bye.
Space is cool though, because it's like it's trippy to talk about and think about. Like you and I've talked about it before, and like space is one of the things that it just completely trips me out. It's to think that there is no end to it.
That's so cool.
It's crazy and mind blowing to think about. And
like, what does that even mean?
And like, there's like other solar
How
systems.
Do we even know
like
that?
there's other solar systems. Like there's other stars that we can't see, and you're like, well, that's just nuts. I mean, space is just so cool, but it's such a trip to think about because you physically and mentally can't understand it. That it's just trippy. It's one of those things that like I don't know if we're ever gonna, like, any generation of humans ever may not ever really experience all of space, because if it never ends, you're not going to find all of it.
Yeah.
And that trips me out.
Shoot, we barely understand the ocean.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah. So we know about, like, I've been told that we know more about space than we do the ocean. I'm like,
yeah, I've heard that.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we live right next to the ocean. Like,
it's only what, like 20% of the ocean has been explored?
Some crazy minimal amount, and I'm like, really?
It's so deep.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, and that's hard to imagine too. That like there's, after all the technology, I get like the pressure is just so astronomical that it just breaks anything that goes down there. But like,
you can
this day and age, we
cameras and stuff for that.
Yeah, like there's anything in this day and age that we have that doesn't get there.
100%. They're still megalodons.
You think?
Oh yeah, I hope. I don't think, but I hope. Okay,
this is out there.
That would be so crazy.
Oh, this is out there.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Have you guys? It's kind of based on Hollywood, but have you seen like the Godzilla movies, the new ones?
I haven't seen the newest.
Are you talking about the three-headed
dude?
thing?
If you're gonna say Godzilla's living down there,
no.
Okay.
But it's more of like there's in that movie or in those movies, there's in the ocean, because like Godzilla can get from here to here in just a huge short amount of time.
Because he's massive.
Wormholes.
It's because there's there's like underwater holes that you can go through and travel through, and there's like, it's crazy. Not by no means I'm saying that's true, or even, but like it's trippy to think about like what if, because like, I don't know. I feel like
wormholes are definitely a thing.
Oh yeah.
On our planet. That'd be really freaking cool.
That's really far-fetched, like to throw like this bottle through a hole and then have it pop out somewhere else. But I mean, that again, that was Hollywood. By no means is it real, but it's just like,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool to think like, what if? Because like how, like if we really don't know that much about the ocean, if we truly don't know that much about the ocean, you can't rule it out. And then like, what if? Trips me out even too is like, what if people have found stuff like that but kept it so secret? That's why they don't explore the ocean. Like, that's why
it's the government, man. They're protecting all the wormholes, dude.
So
wow, that's up there. Wormholes in the ocean.
So, well, it's like you look at the Bermuda Triangle. It's like there's ships and planes that have like crashed there, and like they've never found them.
Didn't they?
And it's just
Say
like,
wasn't that like magnetic fields or something?
I think so.
Or the Bermuda Triangle.
I think there's still. I just listened to a conspiracy theory about this too. I don't know. I don't know, but I know there's some theories still. There's like a couple big theories about it, and it's not just the magnetic fields. They're saying like weather and stuff, but
like it's just like that place is just wild, and it's just like you gotta imagine if that place can be so crazy and chaotic, other parts of the planet can be like that, either more so or less, and whether you can see them or not. By I mean that by like in the ocean, if you can see them or not, like they could possibly be there, because like if we've only discovered just a fraction of the ocean, like it's almost like endless possibilities are down there, because you don't know, because we've never
Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's one of the theories. Is Bermuda Triangle was where is where that used to be, and that's what's underneath there. Is the city.
Do you believe in Atlantis?
No. That'd be cool.
I don't believe in it, but it'd be cool.
I think there definitely is for sure like lost cities and ruins in the ocean.
That's the crazy thing,
and like
right?
that's so cool, is you can go back and date how far back that like how old the stone is, or how just stuff like that. It's mind blowing. It's just like that's crazy that this whole like empire just vanishes now in the ocean, and we can't take any of it. We can't. It's like I don't know, like that it's weird.
Well, I mean, Shasta and Trinity, like Shasta used to be a big old town. There's houses under the lake, and I'm pretty sure
Trinity
is the
too.
same way. Yeah.
They flooded it.
Yeah.
That's just mind blowing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised, because there's so much even about like the Romans and like the Mongols that we just don't know, but we know that they existed, but like we just can't get access to that information because it's either lost or was destroyed, or just deteriorated.
There's a YouTube channel. It's called Watch Mojo, and like there was a list on there. It was like 10 craziest things in the ocean that you don't believe exist, or that actually exist that you wouldn't believe. And I think one of them is like, I want to say it was a train of some kind, and it's off the East Coast. It's only like, it's not too far off, but it's like
a train.
I'm pretty sure it was a train. It's like, but there was never a track out there, but somehow it ended way out there, and like they can't get it. Like they know it's there, they found it, but they can't get it out. And that was just one of the things that like comes to mind. But that was a crazy, and like it's all like proven to exist and stuff, but it's like stuff that can't be explained, or stuff that you didn't know about the ocean that actually exists or whatever.
That is
a train in the ocean.
Well, even like the pyramids, like we don't know how they did that.
Apparently, I don't know how true this is. I just saw on something.
Podcast facts.
Yes.
Conspiracy.
No, not this time. They were like all gold with like a crystal top. Like the top was like crystal or something. I don't know how true that is, just because of the crystal top, since it's now whatever.
Wait, like
it is.
the pyramid used to be gold, but now it's not, or it's
like instead of paint, it was gold on the outside.
Oh, they coated it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, I heard that all the Greek statues, that they were actually painted. It wasn't just marble. Like they were painted like elaborately, and over the centuries, it just washed off and deteriorated.
That makes sense.
I don't know if that's true or that's just somebody's theory, but I'm pretty sure like they could track trace amounts of pigments on the stones, and they were like trying to replicate what it might have looked like at the time.
That's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's a mind trip in itself, is just like how actually old, like how little amount of time humans have been on Earth, but how long we've been here at the same time. Like you go back and like you see like statues that were made and everything, like ancient Roman stuff. Like, you see like a giant pillar that's nothing but marble or nothing but concrete or granite, whatever they're made out of. And even just a simple one that just has lines going down it. Notice it's not necessarily it's designed, but like just lines going all the way down. Like how long that would take for someone to do by hand and make it look that good. is just mind blowing.
Or even like how the Aztecs aligned their buildings with the stars and with the planets. Like, what is that? Just the amount of time it would take and the amount of knowledge and like math and science and astronomy that would take to be able to do that thousands of years ago is just ridiculous.
Like without technology or without anything. It's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah. You're just going to bust that out on what? Oh, we got time. We're not doing anything. Might as well.
It's like it looks like it's there.
I'm going to put it right here on the ground. Yeah, but that's ridiculous.
Isn't there like stuff with like the Mayan calendar like lines up with like historic events that has just like happened or
probably? I just don't.
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like
that would make sense.
I feel like
surprised.
I feel like 2012 was supposed to be one of those things.
I'm happy
they just fucked up and meant to put 2020 in it.
That was one of the theories too. It was just like it's just somebody read it backwards or something. Oh, no. But I'm just like, well,
it's
probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. But it was just like stuff like that where it's just like crazy coincidences with like the Mayan calendar or something like that. Like certain stuff has happened, and it's just like,
God, I wish I was a history major. That just seems like it'd be so much fun though.
That'd be
an archaeology major.
I think
like
it depends
on
what timeline you really want to go for.
Like any of it you could
2012.
Find,
that's gonna be my timeline.
Yes.
Just going back digging up old flip phones. When did the iPhone come out? Oh, that was like 2007, so maybe not. Was it 2007?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say 2007.
Yeah, let's say 20. Yeah,
you might find some old
middle school. There's people that had flip phones in middle school. Or like
I had flip phones through high school.
Yeah, you
to like sophomore year. That was rough.
No handy dandy flip phone.
I don't remember that.
I wouldn't even text in class because I was like so embarrassed of busting out a flip phone.
Dude, it was awesome.
Oh my god,
I didn't even have a phone, so you beat me.
Yeah, it's better than no phone for sure.
Yeah.
Damn. Let's wrap this bitch up.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Do you guys want to plug anything? You don't have to. Just let people throw that out there.
Yeah. If someone wants to find me, I'm easy enough to find.
Yeah. You can find us in. Phoebe, just look for somebody with pink hair.
Hey, I have an ivory elephant shirt on. In my Instagram picture, that's it.
Oh.
There's nothing exciting. No, it's private. I'm sorry.
All right.
Don't try to find me.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. I had a great time talking with you.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was terrific. I loved it. Third time's the charm.
Welcome back again.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, you're a pro at this now. You got this down. All right.
Okay, so you'll look up things next time.
Yeah. I'll go stock up on some beer. I got you.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, guys.
Later.